Well, it's been a long regular season as we welcome you to our 25th and final regular season broadcast. There's no better place to finish another year of Western North Carolina high school baseball coverage than here at beautiful Appalachian State University. Beautiful baseball field here. Tonight we bring you the Northwestern Conference Championship between the St. Stephen's Indians and the Alexander Central Cougars. Both these teams have earned their spot among our Western North Carolina power rankings. So we can expect an intense showdown this evening. Alexander Central won the regular season conference title and reaches the finals after a victory over Watauga. St. Stephen's took the number 2 seed and defeated South Caldwell in the semis, and now it's championship baseball in Boone, so stay tuned.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. I'm Hunter Street, and I was Ryan Cook, and we're live from Beaver Field at Jim and Betty Smith Stadium on the beautiful campus of Appalachian State University for the Northwestern 6A, 7A Conference Tournament Championship matchup between the second-seeded St. Stephen's Indians and the top-seeded Alexander Central Cougars. And my, oh my, is it a beautiful day, last day of April the 30th. We get to see some championship baseball.
And it's about as cold today, ending the season,
February,
as when we began at the final week of February. It is a chilly one. We want to thank the AD of Watauga, and we want to thank the site manager for App State for being such a good host to us today. They got us set up in a great spot to bring you the action. And definitely want to shout out both head coaches for being extremely helpful and setting up our scripts today. Let's tell you a little bit about both of them. First, for St. Stephen's, Jimmy Bowman, 6th year at St. Stephen's, 6th season as the head coach. Now, there's a little hometown tie here. Coach Bowman graduated from Alexander Central in 2001. So again, this one means a little bit more to him. Now, after graduating high school, he went on to Wingate, where he was a pitcher for 4 seasons. And when his playing career was done, Coach Bowman actually became an assistant coach at Alexander Central. So went back to his home, where it all began. And then after a few years with Central, he went to South Caldwell and coached over there with Coach Parham from 2015 to 2020. And now he has been the head coach for 6 years at St. Stephen's. I know Coach has also had some Legion experience in the past. Maybe I think it was possibly for the Hickory or maybe the Caldwell branch. I didn't get into the specifics there. But again, Coach Bowman was great today and, sending us pictures of the team and just getting us all the background info. So again, first time covering St. Stephen's, and Coach Bowman has been great. And on the other side, just as great, we love Pete Hardy. Coach Hardy's got a long, extensive coaching background. It's his 11th year at Alexander Central, but his 35th as a head coach. So he's been coaching longer than Hunter's been alive. Oh, yeah. So been coaching and teaching a long time. Started at, he graduated from New Bern High School, I believe. Again, I don't think is that still open? New Bern High School? Okay.
East.
Okay, East. That's why I don't know. And then was Appalachian State University alumni. He walked on here at App State. And then he ended up earning Division I All-American honors for the Mountaineers back in 1984 when he threw off the mound a great season, 12-1, 107 ERA. And they lost in the Starkville Regional to New Orleans that year. After his playing career at App State, he was drafted by the Montreal Expos in the 22nd round of the 1984 draft. I told Coach prior to the game I'm a little upset myself. The week went fast. I had a gift I wanted to give Coach Hardy. I had these old 1972 Slurpee cups with MLB stars. I had a bunch of Expos ones, so I'm going to try to get that to him next year when we see him. Baseball draft, man, I'll tell you what, that's a great feeling to know that you're a pro player. So anyway, did 2 seasons in the minors. Like most that get drafted, it's usually a minor league career. It's still so hard to make it, but went right into coaching. He was the head coach at Watauga for 19 years, from 1997 to 2015. Before taking over the head coach spot, he was actually the assistant there for a year. And before coming to Watauga, he was the head coach at his alum or where he graduated, New Bern, for 2 years from 1994 to 1995. He led New Bern to the school's first winning season in 10 years and their first playoff appearance in 12 seasons. He was also the head coach at West Caldwell for 3 years from 91 to 93. And before that, he was an assistant there for 2 seasons. Hunter, are we correct here? 530, 377 overall record?
I mean, some of these are.
I was going to say, tell them about your search for records.
There's just so many different reporting outlets where he's been moving from Watauga to Alexander Central and all around the block, and a lot of media outlets. NCHSA's official website even had a record that we got saved on here. So, like you're seeing on your screen, obtained from multiple outlets, but
we tried our best, and this
it's
is
a lot of wins.
This is what we configured. He was 79 and 70 at New Bern and West Caldwell. He was 285 and 223 at Watauga, and then now a amazing 166 and 86 at Alexander Central. Again, not consider these accurate. We use the Watauga Democrat, the Taylorsville Times, and NCHSAA.org to try to gather that info.
Well, the biggest one here.
Yep, he's a member of the New Bern High and App State Sports Hall of Fame.
You made a joke earlier, like, I don't even know if it's really a joke, man, but should see his number retired up there on the right center wall next to Ramsey, Engel, and Morris.
I'll tell you where it is retired, at Watauga.
At Watauga.
Yeah, we've done a game at Watauga before and seen Coach Hardy's number retired up there. Now, speaking of these coaches, before the season started, I don't know how relevant this is now, but we like to do this for our coverage. I think it is fun to reflect upon. But we did a coaches poll back at the end of January, beginning of February, and we asked these coaches, like, hey, how do you think the standings are going to turn out? We kept it anonymous. We tabulated everything, and this is how they predicted, and they weren't far off. I think the biggest misconception was probably not trusting St. Stephen's in their first year in the Northwestern and trying to figure out how are they going to compete. Well, they weren't fourth. They were second. Alexander Central and South Caldwell both got first place votes, and Watauga got one as well. All four of those teams were your top 4 seeded teams in this tournament, and all 4 had outstanding seasons and are set up pretty well for playoffs.
Well, it looks like all 4 will more than likely get a bye. I know Watauga is on the cut line right now for the Western bye, around an 8 or 9 seed, but Alexander Central, South Caldwell, and St. Stephen's firmly in the conversation with some of our 6A teams down the mountain a little bit.
Yep, and we'll go ahead and show you the conference standings here in just a bit to see how accurate we were, or how accurate the coaches were. But first, we're going to show you this week's power rankings. We're going to continue these power rankings through the playoffs, so we'll get together this weekend and figure out our Week 10, but here's your Week 9. I'm going to have Hunter go ahead and introduce our power ranking sponsors.
Well, our Foothills 10 Power Rankings are presented by Peak Performance Vault. Over at Peak Performance Vault, they believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, we provide a state-of-the-art training environment for baseball and softball, as well as golf, that combines modern technology with personalized coaching. Located down at 352 West Main in Forest City. Get with them. Their phone number is 828-289-1592 or peakperformancevault@gmail.com, and it is a top 10 Foothills matchup for the Northwestern Championship.
Yes, it is. Alexander Central right now, we have them ranked as number 2 behind North Lincoln.
They've been flip-flopped.
Yeah, they've been flip-flopping. Alexander Central lost to South Caldwell last week. A couple weeks earlier, North Lincoln lost to East Lincoln. But for the most part, those two have been pretty dominant this season. We've seen both and been impressed with both squads. South Point, man, they've been hot. I think they're, 13, 14 wins in a row. They've been flying up the standings. Gaston Christian, how did they do in that second matchup versus Metrolina? Or is that today?
I think it's today. I saw a Max Preps notification on my phone that said they were playing today.
They beat Metrolina earlier in the year, but that's going to be a key one here.
They are. There's a lot of 4 o'clock games going on right now. So.
East Rutherford, they were beaten by RS Central this week. That was after dropping one to East Burke the week before, so they're probably going to drop. Crest loses to Burns, so watch for them to flip-flop. Burns has been on fire in full control of the Southern Piedmont, and they have Shelby today, which – if they win, as expected, they will be outright champions of the Southern Piedmont. Again, a top-heavy conference. Had a little disgruntled fans out there wondering why Cherryville and East Lincoln, or excuse me, who are the 3? It's Cherryville, Stuart Kramer, and Lincoln Charter were wondering why they weren't on there. Well, East Lincoln beat Cherryville yesterday. That kind of shows our justification in that. And South Caldwell beat Alexander Central last week. They lost to St. Stephen's yesterday, so that's probably going to flip around a little bit too. Even with the even if St. Stephen's can't pull out the victory today, I still expect them to be probably a top 7 team next week. Really proud of East Lincoln after a tough start, really clawing back. It looks like the pitcher they got there, Beam, has been on fire. He's the one that beat Cherryville yesterday. And yeah,
10.
That's your Foothills 10. Now Hunter's going to tell you about our Mountain 10 sponsor.
Our Mountain 10 Power Rankings are presented by House of Power. Are you looking for one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching? Strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility memberships you can train on your own schedule, or cage rentals for individuals and teams, then you need to get with House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. Conveniently located in Mills River. Check them out online at hophendersonville.com. That is hophendersonville.com to learn more.
This week is, well, actually, I'd say today's games are really going to reflect the Mountain 10 rankings next week. TC shows down or has a showdown with Asheville again today, pretty much for the conference. Again, one loss each in the conference. TC losing to Reynolds. Asheville lost to TC on Tuesday in a 10-inning game, lost 5-4. So this will sure be an intense day down there in Asheville.
Well, the other team in that conference, Reynolds, took a loss to the Legion Collegiate Academy, so they
and
might
Irwin.
be dropping a little. Oh yeah, that's right, and Irwin. Can't forget our Warriors.
Reynolds will probably be out of the top 5 this week. Christ School, good win over Charlotte Latin, and they beat Raven Gap this week. I think they show off with them again today.
Brevard Pisgah tonight.
Yep, Brevard lost to Pisgah 2-1. That was a walk-off, I heard. West Henderson, they've been hot. They beat Franklin. I think they have Franklin one more time. Polk County lost to Hendersonville the other day. They may drop off this list, especially after we got a look at West Wilkes and North Wilkes, and hey, even East Wilkes I was impressed with. I wish we had a quicker route to Wilkes County. Maybe we got to load all our Mountain 8 and MAC teams up in the helicopters and just go as the crow flies, because I saw so many similarities between the Mountain Valley teams and the Mountain 8 teams. It's not even funny. You talk to the coaches, just like the Mountain 8, anybody can beat anyone on any given night. So, and then there's Hayesville at the bottom. Smoky Mountain champions after sweeping Andrews, and I think they had a well, who did they play this week? Was it an easier week for them?
Rosman.
Oh, yeah. So there's your winner, Hayesville. And speaking of Hayesville, let's go ahead and introduce our player of the week, Jackson Sellers. He had a really good week. We've seen him in the second game of that Smoky Mountain, essentially, championship series versus Andrews. In the first game on Tuesday, threw a no-hitter in 5 innings and a 10-run mercy rule. And then when we saw them on Friday, he was 2 for 3, had a dinger. Just smacking the ball all over the place. 10 RBIs for the young man on the week. When you do it on both sides of the ball in a championship caliber environment, well, then you're the Good Iced Tea player of the week.
Well, Jackson had that good week, and we're sending him some Good Iced Tea. Whether it's original, Carolina Peach, Zesty Maple, or Tropical Island Time, all you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl the mascot loves it, and so do we. Order a pouch today that comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons. Delicious Salem black tea at goodicedtea.com. And make sure to follow on Facebook, Instagram, as well as X.
Ran into Jordan Tibbs at the Mountain Valley semifinals yesterday. He was a Good Iced Tea player of the week earlier in the year, and he's excited to finish up the season, get into the summer, and make some Good Iced Tea and relax a little bit on the porch. Now, there's no time for relaxing. This is a championship game. So let's go ahead and tell you how these teams did last year in 2025. So again, 1 year in the past, how much have they improved? St. Stephen's was 15-10 last year, 6-8, and that was in the Western Foothills Conference, which they're no longer part of. They finished tied for 4th. In the playoffs, they were the number 23 seed in the 3A West. In the first round, they had a good win over West Mecklenburg. It was the number 10 seed. They beat them 17-3, but lost in round 2 to number 7 North Davidson, 10-5. Alexander Central started off a little slow last year. That's what's been interesting about this year's teams. They were hot from the beginning. Coach Hardy, if you look at the last couple of years with Alexander Central, they usually get beat up a little bit in the early parts, playing tough out of conference. Last year, 15-10, 7-3 overall in the conference. They finished second in the Northwestern. In the playoffs, they were the number 17 seed, but suffered a first-round loss to number 16, Sun Valley. This year, Both teams doing a lot better. St. Stephen's moving into the Northwestern, which is a tougher conference, goes 18-5. They were 7-3 in the conference to finish second, and that earned them the number 2 seed in this tournament. Started the season off 11-1, real hot. They had wins over West Wilkes, Wilkes Central, Newton Conover, Franklin, Mooresville, 2 over North Iredell, swept Hickory, but then they lost to Pine Lake Prep in 8 innings. And they finished 2-1, third place in that 34th annual Catawba, or no, I think it was actually the 43rd annual Catawba County Easter Classic. Yeah, because I remember it was 1983 is the year I was born, the first year they did it. So I think I got 3 4s backwards. We'll go check it later.
That's not what they posted.
I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, they were third place in that Catawba County Easter Baseball Classic. And in the conference, they were swept by Alexander Central. So I know Coach Bowman and the Indians really want redemption. Swept Freedom, swept McDowell, swept South Caldwell, and they split with Watauga. They're 3-1 on neutral sites, so that kind of plays into today's game. Now, last week, they had the win over South Caldwell and Watauga, 2 very good mountain teams. This week, beat South Caldwell again, 5-3 in the first round, and now Alexander Central, and that's how this week will end for them and for both teams. Alexander Central, 21-3. They've been on fire most of the year, 9-1 in the conference. They were the champions and number 1 seed in the conference tournament. Started the season off 12-1. They swept Davie County, had a win over Lees County, beat South Iredell, lost. No, that was a win over South Iredell 6-2. Lost to West Rowan 10-2. Win over North Iredell, swept North Davison. They lost to Lake Norman 4-1. They won the Catawba County Easter Baseball Classic, which we covered. They beat Newton Conover in the championship game. They had a good win over Mooresville. In the conference, they swept St. Stephen's, swept McDowell, swept Watauga, swept Freedom, and then split with South Caldwell. South Caldwell took a victory on their senior night. Now, just like we said, St. Stephen's is 3-1 at neutral sites. Well, Alexander Central's 4-0 at neutral sites. So this will be an interesting one. Now that we're in this final week, and it's chilly. We'll see if that has any sort of play on the players here, effect on the players. And then again, previous matchups: Alexander Central 10-7 over St. Stephen's, and then they beat them 11-0 this year. Let's take a look at those conference standings to show you how things did wrap up. So St. Stephen's had the number 2 seed. South Caldwell and Watauga tie for third. McDowell, 6-14, 2-8. Those 2 wins over last place Freedom, who unfortunately finishes 0-10. So really thinking that Freedom, with that pitching they got down there, would have had a better season, but it is what it is. Now, a question for you. Who makes playoffs out of the bottom here? Does McDowell and Freedom get in?
All of them do.
Okay.
McDowell's 7A, everyone else 6A, and McDowell firmly in the 7A as 7A baseball in the
only 7A.
Yeah, it's not really represented very well in the state compared to like 5A and 4A, which runs it deep.
Yep. Well, we are in the Meineke pregame show. So again, I want to take a second to thank our pregame sponsor, and then we'll give you a little bit of where are they now on some of the alumni of both these schools.
Well, Meineke is the pregame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridge's Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers and tires, AC wheels, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Well, both these schools are doing something right when it comes to producing college prospects. St. Stephen's, Coach Bowman sent me a laundry list today, so I'm just going to go down them. Logan Laws, 2025 grad, he's at Rockingham. Holden Wheatley, 2025 grad at Caldwell. Jamison Coggins, also at Caldwell. Will Everett, he is at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. He was part of that 24 class with Jacob Osborne, who's at Pfeiffer. 2023 grad, Peyton Young, University of North Carolina, Pembroke. Julian Picel, hopefully I said that right. He's at NC State. He was a 22 grad. Josh Barkley, he's a 22 grad. They got him listed at Catawba Valley Community College. I'm not sure if he transferred back or if that's an old record there. Gavin Marley, we were talking about Gavin. He was a senior when Coach Bowman first took this team 6 years ago. With all the extra eligibility through COVID, he is still at East Carolina in that 2021 class. For Alexander Central, Jarrett Hops was 2024 grad. He's at Emory and Henry. Caleb Williams, 2023 grad, is up at Western. J.D. Little, part of that 23 group, is at Wingate University. Then a couple pros. Bryson Hammer, left-handed pitcher in the class of 2020. He went to Dallas Baptist after he spent time at Catawba College and Clemson. He is now in the high A level for the Colorado Rockies. Zach, man, I'm going to botch this name. Zach Brisky. Hopefully I got that right. He was a right-handed pitcher, graduated in 2017. He is in AAA at Miami. He went to college at Virginia Tech. He actually has pitched in Major League Baseball. He made his debut at the Nationals in September of 24 and got some time between May and August of 2025 with those Nationals, currently in the Miami system. Let's tell you about some of the prospects to take a look at today. A few committed here for St. Stephen's. Senior right-handed pitcher, utility player Duncan Carmichael is committed to Surrey. 2027 grad, well, again, he's still got a full year left. Colt Briggs, he's actually committed to right here at App State. He pitched in yesterday's game, I believe, so I don't think we're going to see Colt at all on the bump. For St. Stephen's, still with St. Stephen's, a few that we want you to keep an eye on here. A few uncommitted seniors. Right-handed pitcher Dylan Church, he'll be on the bump tonight starting for Stevens, looking for junior college options. And then first baseman Cade Coffin, still looking for a place to play. 2027's Maddox Zablon. He's in the 9 hole, but Coach Bowman said he's probably the best athlete on this team. And then Braden Caldwell, who'll be out in center field in that junior class. And a couple 28s, Braden Coffin, younger brother of Cade Coffin. Coach told us he's been hitting the ball really well. And then very athletic shortstop and right-handed pitcher who might be coming in relief tonight is William Loma. For Alexander Central, Ko Mikhail will be going to Catawba College. He's a left-handed pitcher, right-handed swinger. He'll be in the outfield this evening. Carter Bowman, he'll be on the bump. He's heading to Belmont Abbey. Got to see Carter before the game, give him his long-awaited Camwood Bats Player of the Game trophy bat. Gavin Bentley will be in the outfield. He's a Montreat grad. And, hey, some great news. Had him listed as uncommitted, but talked to him in the dugout. Ty Matheson, the solid shortstop that we really enjoyed talking to after the game at that Catawba Easter Classic. He's going to Pfeiffer, folks. He'll be playing for Coach Bolton. He's going to be studying bio, and he wants to be a veterinarian on farm animals. And I told him, man, we need your help at my homestead. So very proud of Ty Matheson. And then one junior commit. Again, both these teams got a really good junior pitcher. Said Colt Briggs going to App State for St. Stephen's. Well, Jude Carter will be heading to Kennesaw State in a couple seasons for Alexander Central. A few players to watch. Uncommitted senior Sawyer Chapman Mays. I said his name right this time. Junior catcher Graham Hoke. We were impressed with him when we saw him earlier this year. And then 2 sophomores. Really impressed with Gunnar Johnson swinging the bat. He's also one of the relief pitchers here for Hardy. And then we didn't see him in the first game of the year, but left-handed pitcher Jared Zintek, not in the lineup tonight, but again, been told he's a very talented arm. Let's go ahead and give you some of these Meineke Fleet keys to the game to let you know what it's going to take for both these teams to pull out a victory today. I'll let Hunter go ahead and introduce this section.
Well, what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, and rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor Meineke Fleet keys to the game.
All right, so these keys, trying to stick with the puns. I'm getting tired, though. I'm not feeling very punny, so these are the best I could do. We got Quiet in the Church. Tonight's starter was Dylan Church, was actually part of this Alexander Central pitching staff last season, but he transferred to St. Stephen's for his senior year. He's familiar with many of these Cougars. He's pitched against them earlier in the season, and after being around them, I wonder if he knows all their weaknesses, their offensive tendencies, and if he's got enough in the brain there to find the right mix and plan of attack to get his former friends out. Church is going to need to be really tough to quiet these Cougar bats, which have been putting up many a mercy rules this year. And if he can, that's going to be their best chance to pull the upset this evening. Second key is table setters. 2028 shortstop William Loma had a big night versus South Caldwell. He tallied 3 RBIs on 2 hits from the leadoff spot. Coach Bowman is speaking really highly of his athleticism, and they're going to need Loma to do the same tonight. Get on base, score runs, and find the big hits at the top of the lineup if they're going to chase these Cougars or chase Cougar starter Carter Bowman from this game early. Alexander Central, take a bow, man, and that's talking about Carter Bowman. Carter Bowman threw a gem in the Catawba Easter Tournament Championship, and now he takes the ball for an encore. So, again, come back out and take a bow, son, in another championship game. If he can fill the zone and mix like last time, then St. Stephen's could be in for a tough night offensively. And then lastly, crushing Cougars. When we saw Alexander Central earlier this year, they were in the middle of not only a winning streak, but a 5-game mercy rule win streak. There's some real thunder in the middle of this lineup. If they can put a few crooked numbers up early, there will be more than enough. That'll be more than enough for Bowman to cruise and lead the Cougars to victory. Well, it's chilly, Hunter. Are we ready to take a break? Because I don't know when the PA announcer comes on here at App State. Or we probably have a PA announcer, I would guess, right? Yeah. So, IO, St. Stephen's out there right now. Have we seen Alexander Central do their IO yet? My head was down the whole time.
Yeah, they finished theirs.
But again, chilly evening here, starting the season or ending the season like we started it with cold weather. And we'll see if St. Stephen's can pull the upset or if Alexander Central is going to just keep on rolling through this 2026 season. But oh my Lord, we had a good question here. What is the home side? Let's see. Well, I think St. Stephen's is on the first base side. Alexander Central is on the third base side. They're going to be the home team because they're the higher seed. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here, Hunter. I'm going to go hang out with Brett Vanoy, who, if y'all remember from earlier in the year, threw a gem versus Freedom. So he's been patiently awaiting his Camwood Bats Player of the Game award, and I'm sure he's up all night wondering, when am I going to get this bat? So. Shakes hands. Good to see you, man. Doing all right? How you doing? That looks all right. It's better than that dummy bat I had. So I was thinking about a gray stain, but then I was talking to them about just time and everything. They were like, let's just go natural and go red, white, blue. And they showed me. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. So put up on the wall. Don't swing it. It'll blow up. Because it's just a trophy bat. So, y'all's game is pretty close, right? What's the score that? Danny Jones pitched pretty well. They'll be all right. I got a lot of coaches asking for him already. Sometimes with his phone, he break his phone or something. The kid's like in a hole right now. I can't get a hold of him. He's here at my time. I'm talking. Still got a chance to get by, it looks like. You're right on the cusp. Six A, right? This first time I think it helps a lot of our teams. Gives them a shot. I was impressed with that Wilkes County group. They're not, y'all are better. Like Northwest is better. They remind me a lot of the Mountain where we're from. West Wilkes is good. North Wilkes has a couple of dogs that kind of hold the team up. Mason Cornwall, I think his name was, really impressive. East Wilkes was scrappy. I just don't know if they're bats. And Ash County looked down. I mean, you guys remember Ash. In that conference, they might be there. Tibbs is leaving, right? He looked good. I'll tell you, he swings the bat all right. I know they like him as a pitcher. I think he can swing. I'll tell you, one of the most frustrating kids I ever worked with was that Gavin Eller kid, man. Gavin says he's going to try to walk on at TSU. No lie, probably 30 schools are interested in him. Just pull the trigger. He's not the type of guy. I even got him to pick up the phone. He said 3 words in the last 10 minutes. That's all good though, man. You don't want to talk as much as I do. There's you know, have like that found the right job. Yeah, man, I ran into some trouble this morning. Wilkes County folks, like, I don't know which one's Skywalk. Is that? Oh, I don't know who it is. Basically, it's like it always is. It's a flex schedule. So I called up the coaches and I was like, hey, I need some pictures. A couple of them actually sent me pictures, not knowing it was them. And then Coach Paul from East Wilkes actually sent me their Instagram. I just thought in my mind everybody's on the same page. Everybody's in Wilkes County. I never been up for 3 years, so I never really thought much of it. Woke up this morning. I basically wrote back. This is what I said. Like, I really think about it that way. I was like, I can either take these down or we can talk and I can keep them credit or whatever. I sent like 2 or 3 emails, didn't hear anything back. He finally got back. I could just tell, like, good lawyering up. It was all lawyer talk. I'm like, hey. It's like, you know, you gotta think about it this way. Like, yeah, I took these pictures and you give it to everybody recommended. You're going out and taking pictures of people without them. You know, there's kind of like there's always going to be gray area with those meetings. But as of now, they said go ahead and leave them up. Just go ahead and fix the thank you and post it on all the stuff. So I said, look, I'm not super techy. I'm doing the best I can. So I just went through to every post and just did like a quick like, hey, talk to them. It's all good. They do great stuff. But if you know them, tell them. Like, I mean, you know who I am. Like, it wasn't anything personal. I think they took it as like I was on like their actual site or something. It was really like just texting coaches and parents as fast as I could to get things made, and I didn't think it was 2 seconds. Oh god, that's the end of baseball university. I'll meet you raw somewhere, give them $20 a hat. Yeah, I mean, I took it as like they did. I took it as everybody's in the loop talking. I'm not mad because if I were like they weren't in the know and random people just told them what's going on, I could see that. But it was just I thought it was small town enough up there that everybody was just chatting. I had one parent there. I'm so sorry. I sent you that picture. I got That's a Caldwell post. I told someone last year. They used to coach the senior post last year. Wilkes. I told Burroughs last year. I said, y'all need to get Wilkes because their team's not good. You can take your whole senior class, get the best out of Wilkes, like Hayden Gentry, or maybe get that Mason Martin guy. That would be a good group. Is that closer to y'all? South Caldwell? We'll see you. We'll see you this summer. We're doing as of now. We're playing. And you're going up there to do all of it. Oh, yeah. I think you can pitch. You know, you're not blowing it past people, but at the same time, like, you got good mix, pro strikes. Once you're like doing this all the time, I mean, you get in your adult body 2021 and probably good eights just from the work, you know. Out there. I like the Zach Woody catcher over there, the young catcher. Not the Kane fan. He's big. He's first baseman. But kind of looks sloppy. But I also feel I got these little lefty, like high sevens guy, Carson Pillow. He thinks he throws 85. He threw so many things. Coach Smith's last year. It's good seeing y'all. Good seeing you, buddy. I'll see you this summer. All right, take care. Hey, it's nice to get some Kenwood mats. How about it? Right. All right, so coaches meeting.
Just listening.
So we can't hear a flip back here. That being said, we could probably jump back in here and do lineups for national anthem. Usually time pretty well. Oh boy. Say all the talk boys are going to be here. No, we're going to get more. Jump back in, do some riffraff. Talk about yesterday.
I can hear you.
What's that?
It's on.
Oh, we on? Oh, nice. Well,
It's been on.
we'll be back. We are back. Sorry, running into people we knew.
A lot of Watauga faithful here.
A lot of
just down
Watauga.
the road, the closest school.
Well, let's give you some baseball chatter. Let's see. Yesterday, we were really happy to get up to Wilkes County. That was fun. That was Rhonda, North Carolina, and Wilkes. That was East Wilkes, and I guess they all take turns hosting the tournament up there. And first game was Ashe County and West Wilkes. West Wilkes was dominant. Hayden Gentry threw a gem on the bump. It was a 5-inning, 10-run mercy rule game. Say Jordan Tibbs swung it really well. I know Tibbs is known for his pitching at the next level. He's a big, tall righty, but he swung the bat well yesterday. Had a big double, had a sac fly. Just like the way he swings it. He's got some good actions. And let's see here. Who else do we see out there? Some good uncommitted talent still. That Weatherford catcher for North Wilkes was impressive. Dalton Wood, the starting pitcher for East Wilkes, was impressive. Saw Gavin Eller in that game. He was DHing or playing first base, but no, he was DHing, but pitched the night before. He said he's going to try to walk on an ETSU. Kid would be a great JUCO prospect. So again, a lot of seniors out there still looking for homes. In this game tonight, Chapman Mays in center field for Alexander Central, Coffin at first base tonight. So again, it's a tough market, guys. You got to be open-minded. They're going to start introducing the Alexander Central lineup here, and then once both teams are lined up, we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll come back with starting lineups and defensive alignments. But again, I want to thank all the hosts up there at Wilkes County, East Wilkes, Coach Call, Coach Ward, Coach Eller, Coach Childers. That was a really fun time. Might see on our social media today, had an interesting little run-in with some photography. Made some apologies and tried to clear some things up. You know, when we come to town on a flex schedule, we immediately start texting parents and coaches and players looking for photos we can use to make flyers. Everything we do really depends on crowdfunding and community efforts. A few people turned us towards a Wall to Wall was the name of the organization. Had some amazing photos. So we had some individual players and parents send photos, not really knowing they belong to them, and then one of the coaches actually turned us on to their Instagram, and we made the mistake of just thinking everybody was on the same page in the loop in a small town, and had an interesting cease and desist email this morning, but I think we got everything figured out with them. And if you've seen our social media, I've been trying to shout out wall-to-wall photography because every small town needs something like that to try to help with exposure. I'd like to see a lot of these small businesses work together on that goal. And next year when we head back up to Wilkes, we're going to contact them and try to make sure we're all on the same page and can get permission to use those photos because they're great ones. So, yeah, no ill intention here at Baseball University. I think it's just a on-the-fly operation with the flex schedule. And like I said, we really depend on our community members to help us make it happen. But we're going to go ahead and rise for the national anthem now. We'll be back with lineups in just a minute. Sound like they're going into a rendition of a different song. Well, folks, I don't know if you can see it, but the flag out there in right center and the windscreen in center field, that wind is a whipping, and it's whipping out. So if either one of these teams can elevate the ball today, I see some fly out of this park, even though it's a big park. 400 to center, 385 to the gaps, 330 down the line. Caden Michaels of Freedom last year hit a nuke off the middle of the light pole out there in left center field. Shows you what kind of power he's got. Well, let's go ahead and show you right now how these Alexander Central Cougars are going to line up out there. The battery mates, Carter Bowman throwing to Graham Hoke. Across the infield, it's Gunnar Johnson. At third, Ty Matheson at shortstop. It's Caden Church at second base and Maddox Reese at first. Across the outfield, it's going to be Smith in left, Chapman Mays in center, and Koa Mikhail in right field. Starting lineup for the St. Stephen's Indians is going to be William Loma, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Braden Caldwell, the center fielder. Batting third is Braden Coffin, the DH, hit for the pitcher. Cleanup hitter Eddie Rangel. Hopefully I said that right. Again, if there's anybody in the comments that has better phonetic pronunciation, please send it our way. But Eddie Rangel, cleanup spot in right field. Number 5 hitter Isaiah Almanza at third. Cade Coffin, the first base, behind him. Batting 7, Duncan Carmichael, the Surrey commit in left field. Starting catcher in the 8 spot is Eli Greer, and in the 9 spot, Maddox Zablan is playing second base. Let's take a second to thank our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm. Bloom Patch Farm, located in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Bloom Patch Farm is a specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. They offer rare dahlia cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. You can hop on their website at bloompatchfarmllc.com. Again, bloompatchfarmllc.com, and see what they have in stock. Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention. Here's a ground ball right to the second baseman Church, and we have out number 1 here in Boone, North Carolina at App State. So Loma retired 4-3.
St. Stephen in the away red tops, gray pants, all white, traditional home uniforms for the home Alexander Cougars, 1 seed versus the 2 seed.
Say most players have some sort of undershirt, long sleeves to try to protect against the cold. There's a few out there with bare forearms. Oof, it's a chilly one. So Caldwell here, the center fielder. He's going to swing and pop this one up. Tons of foul territory, even though this one's probably going to stay in fair territory. It's Reese over there. Catch the pop-up for out number 2. Now bring Braden Coffin to the plate. So Braden, wearing number 12 out there. He's only a sophomore. He's DHing, but been told he plays second base, third base, utility guy. But again, Coach Bowman been speaking very highly of his bat. And younger brother Cade Coffin, who's in the 6 hole tonight. There's a ball high. It's a good crowd here at App State tonight for this Northwestern championship game. There's a strike on the inner half. 1-1 now. Again, Carter Bowman, got a chance to see him before the game, but I told him I don't want to talk long. I know you're the starting pitcher. I don't want to get in your head. Just want to give you your Camwood Bats player of the game bat. Again, we saw him. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Matheson, the recent Pfeiffer commit, throws it across for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Carter Bowman. But yeah, we saw Carter before the game. Gave him his Camwood Bats trophy bat that he was awarded after a magnificent performance in the Catawba Easter Classic. I say 43rd year. Hunter says 34th year of the Catawba Classic. We don't know.
I checked.
Was it 43?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's 34.
Oh, it's 34?
Yeah.
What? All right, fair enough.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Alexander Central Cougar prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate our good friend, Mr. Sean Yamber, Riker Realtors, real estate agent. Appreciate him supporting us for, all the
works out of Burke, touches Catawba, gets up into Caldwell. Got Alexander nearby. So again, Coach Yamber, we had to put him on one team or the other, but really,
both.
He's both. He's a big supporter of what we do.
Northwest. He could sell a house to all 6 Northwest coaches.
Yep, and he's a good one out there. So again, if you're in the market for buying a home, get with Sean Yamber today. So Dylan Church is going to be the starting pitcher for St. Stephen's. He's looking at a few junior college options right now. And just to add a little drama to the mix, he knows everybody in that Alexander Central dugout really well, as he was on the Cougars last year. I'll show you how those Indians are going to line up out there behind Church. Battery mates, Church throwing to Eli Greer. In the infield, it's going to be Almanza, Loma, Zablan, and then Cade Coffin at first base. In the outfield, Duncan Carmichael in left, Caldwell in center, and Rangel in right field. Starting lineup for the Cougars. Second baseman Cade Church will be leading off. It's followed by center fielder Sawyer Chapman-Mays, Koa McHale in right field. Gunnar Johnson, the cleanup hitters at third. Jude Carter, the DH in the 5 spot. Graham Hoke, the catcher. Maddox Reese batting 7th, the first baseman. The left fielder Wyatt Smith in the 8 hole and batting 9th. Ty Matheson, the shortstop. So Cade Church, left-handed swinger, had a good game against Newton Conover in that Easter Classic. Scrappy. He's a senior, but we've been told, I don't believe he's trying to extend the baseball career past high school. So putting it all out there for senior year. If that changes, I'll let you know. Again, talked to Coach Hardy prior to the season about who's trying to take it to the next level. Pop fly, again, a lot of foul territory all the way over, but that's going to bounce near the dugout of Alexander Central. So count is 0-2 here to the leadoff hitter. And Dylan Church is going to have to attack these hitters, as he does there with a called third strike. Again, all called third strikes brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. But after a 1-2-3 inning by Bowman, Church is going to have to go inning per inning with him. Sawyer Chapman Mays. Again, I got to get that right. I was messing up his name in the last game we did and calling him Chapman Hayes, Willie Mays Hayes. Sawyer Chapman Mays. So it's a good baseball name. It's got the hyphen there. Mays had a good game in that Easter tournament. Everybody had a good game in that Easter tournament. They won by 10 runs, you know. Church not happy with himself there, bounces it in, but they say it bounced up and hit him. So that is a hit by pitch. So first base runner of the day for either team, Koa McHale, up to the plate. Koa committed to Catawba College. Very strong D2 under Coach Gant. Coach Simpson out there. It's a good coaching staff. One of the stronger D2s are at the top of the SAC standings again, along with, I think, who's the top this year? It's Wingate, Catawba, Lenore Rhine. I know Mars Hill's having a much better year, so I don't know the exact order of the standings. We can look that up here in just a minute. Pickoff attempt here by Church. Say Catawba is actually in first place right now in the conference at 29-4. So Koa going to be joining a great Division II squad. Wingate's in second behind them. Lenore Rhine and then Mars Hill in fourth place, having a much, much better season than in past years. And 26 and 23 overall. Carson Newman, Lincoln Memorial, Newberry, all on Mars Hill's toes, though, or heels, I should say. That is ball 4. So McHale, a hit batter and a walk. And without putting a ball in play yet, as Church struck out, the Cougars are actually working on a rally. Unconventional, but they're not going to throw in the zone. You're going to wait for your pitch. Again, it's crazy how turbulent and volatile like these standings can be from year in and year out. UVA Wise last year had a really good year. This year they're at the bottom, 11 and 36, 6 and 27 at the SAC.
Anderson's had some good years, and they're kind of low.
Yep, they're 11 and 22 in combat. A lot of it comes down to how are schools doing scholarships? How are they providing financial aid? You know, schools like Georgia and Florida, you know, Georgia have the Hope Scholarship, which allows baseball coaches to get like 2 free scholarships for every one they give or something with those rules. North Carolina, you know, a lot of with these private schools just comes down to good grades, financial aid. Say some players are good enough to play at some of these schools listed, but if they can't give you the money and the tuition's $50,000 a year, that's where it's tough, you know, and that's where we see college baseball in the private sector hurting a little bit. D2, D3, NAIA, when state school options are that much more affordable. So again, that's why it's important to keep your grades up, kids. Try to save as much money as you can.
Got to get those good scholarships. North Carolina high school students are disadvantaged due to the Hope and Zell in Georgia.
Yep.
They have something similar in Tennessee, Virginia, and South Carolina
Runners go
as well.
here. The ball is fouled off, though. Well, North Carolina's trying something this year with the NC Next scholarship. I think they actually started last year. It's tied in with FAFSA. So when you fill out your FAFSA, you're immediately put into the NC Next scholarship pool. And I think it's supposed to look at like your FAFSA number, like your student.
So it's need-based.
Yeah.
It's not academic-based.
No, I don't believe so. And again, it's a bummer because how you doing? It's a bummer because that's the hardest part of going to college is figuring out how to pay for it. Again, our generation, I'm 43 this year. Our generation, like we're telling our kids, like don't get the loans, don't get in debt, you know. And you know, junior college has become such a great option because of that. You know, tuition at Caldwell Community College down the road is $2,500. Runners go, ground ball, big chopper. It's picked up by Loma. Nice pick on the short hop, and he is out at first base. So Gunnar Johnson retired 6-3. So that's 2 outs now, but both runners move up. So May's now at third, Mikhail. I'm going to need a phonetic pronunciation of that from somebody in the chat. He's at second base, so 2 runners out there with 2 out. And Jude Carter, Kennesaw State commit, in the DH spot. Tells me he probably pitched the other day. Swing, line. Oh! Line drive was in the glove, but hits leather and trickles out in the left field. That's Almanza there. And it was hit not on the best part of the bat, but a line drive nonetheless. What I need to figure out here was, Hunter, what do you think? Is that an E5?
I mean, it's a ball hit at the hot corner, but
yeah,
it was a line drive, so.
Say, trying to look at the replay here and see what I think on a second look here. So,
What are you thinking?
No,
I just give him a hit. It's early.
I'm going to give him a hit.
I think the official
line drive. Yeah, did they put an error hit up? They put a hit up there. Ground ball at the middle. Nice backhanded play by Zablon. Gets up, tries to bounce it over to first, but to no avail. Be a infield single for Hoke. So Carter moves up to second. And Mays and McKeel come in to score the first 2 runs of this game on the Jude Carter kind of single. Again, he hit it well. Not the best part of the bat, the line drive. Might have a little sun in his eyes down there. He's got his glasses on at third base. Almanza does, but it's a 2 RBI single in the books here for Carter. And Maddox Reese now at the plate, number 7 hitter. So again, Church knows a lot of these batters very well. Haven't been in the dugout with them for 3 years. There's a fly ball to left field. It's going to hang up there for Carmichael, and that is out number 3. So 2 in on a hit batter, a walk, and 2 singles. Be 2 batters or 2 runners left on. Heading into the top of the second, it's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters: Rangel, Almanza, Cade Coffin for St. Stephen's. Hey, folks, we crowdfund. We're trying to do college recruiting a different way. As you know, sports or youth sports business, I want to say, is a $40 billion a year industry, while participation is actually down over the last 3 decades. So a lot of money being made while pushing a lot of players out of the game because of financial constraints. So what we're trying to do here in Western North Carolina is crowdfund to bring you this broadcast and try to make things affordable for our players. So we're going to ask you to join our Patreon. Again, patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. We have a lot of extra content on there, like preseason playoff predictions, power rankings, Players of the Week podcast, highlight films, and much, much more. Membership start at only $1 to get access to the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina high school baseball. There are higher tiers, $5, $10, $20, and once you get into our $50 and $100 tiers, again, we only have a couple of those. Half of their monthly membership goes to building our scholarship fund. We've given out a $500 scholarship the last 2 years. 2024, it went to Jordan Dixon of East Rutherford, who's now at Wingate. And last year it was Gio Yamas of Asheville Christian, who's now at Geneva College. This year it's going to be more than $500 because of our home run and grand slam level members. We're up at about $1,200 on the Patreon now, or excuse me, added to the 500 that we already put in. We're up to 1,200. So now we're in a conundrum. We got to figure out if we're going to do one scholarship or split it up into a couple, but couldn't do it without the help of Western North Carolina. So join that Patreon and help support Mountain and Foothills baseball. I want to thank our second inning sponsor, Comfort Keepers, as Bowman delivers this pitch, and it's a line drive right into Gunnar Johnson's glove. So the Cougars third baseman able to handle the hot shot. Second inning sponsor again, Comfort Keepers, and again, Bowman right now not making it very comfortable for these St. Stephen's hitters, but Comfort Keepers is the solution for in-home senior care. Nothing's more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their own homes. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. So contact them today at 828-687-1199 or Asheville at comfortkeepers.com. So Bowman cruising through the first inning. The line drive goes into Gunnar Johnson's glove. This ball going to hang up out there down to his knees to make the catch is Smith. Has some BH Granning glove work here early in the second inning. Nice play by Johnson at third and now Smith in left field. Again, all web gems brought to you by BH Granning Landscapers. They're out of Silva, North Carolina, and they sponsor all our nice plays and glove work throughout the season. So Bowman trying to get his second 1-2-3 inning. He's going to have to get through senior Cade Coffin first, the first baseman, still looking for a place to play at the next level. Strong young man. Big, thick legs. Wouldn't be surprised if he's a football player, but looks like he's the type of kid, if he gets a hold of one, it might knock down a tree out there. Recruiting process can be tough for power hitters on the corners. You know, a lot of recruiting goes up the middle first, catchers, pitchers, shortstop, center fielders, speed guys, athletes, but sometimes those big bats, they got to prove themselves a little bit more. They don't always get as much scholarship money in their offers, and JUCO has been a good route for bat first prospects for years because if you can hit at the next level, then they'll give four-year schools that much more confidence in giving you a spot or giving you some money when you transfer. Curveball there, drops in for strike two. Good 2-1 pitch there for Carter Bowman. One thing we liked about Bowman last time was his fastball. I think he dialed it up to 86 that day, but a lot of times he'd just be working at 80, 81, spotting it, not throwing harder than he had to get the outs. And I think that's important at the college level. I've been hearing a lot of coaches tell me this year that, yes, they need velo, but velo sometimes, if that's all you got and you don't have that secondary pitch, you're going to get lit up in college. Like at the JUCO route, if you're 85, 86 with no secondaries right now, you know, and again, this ain't my quote. I was actually talking to Coach Cheek at Surrey about this earlier today, but he said that 84, 85, 86 without a secondary pitch is going to get you hammered in JUCO ball right now. He said he'd rather have an 80, 81 guy with a great secondary, a changeup, curveball, something that keeps people off balance. So the pendulum is swinging on the whole velo argument right now. Again, you need it, but you also need to know how to pitch like that young man right there. Carter Bowman, 1-2-3 inning, his second in a row. Cougars back in the dugout. And offensively, they're going to be sending the 8-9-1 hitters up, and Smith, Matheson, and back at the top with Cade Church. So 2-0 heading into the bottom of the second.
Well, I want to thank the following businesses, not really a business, who are away team sponsors, not supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the St. Stephen's Indian prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. I want to appreciate the St. Stephen's Athletic Booster Club.
Yeah, and I think Josh, the booster president, is going to come up here and hang with us in a little while and talk a little bit about some of the booster programs they're working on. When Coach Bowman sent me his info this morning, the booster programs, I was really stoked because this is something I've been kind of quietly pushing for is more booster programs to get behind what we do. Again, we ain't trying to just take the money and run, but it's booster programs are put together to try to give the best opportunities to their athletes, right? So for baseball, St. Stephen's boosters right now, they're working on a 6,000 square foot hitting facility, an indoor facility. And again, that's awesome to hear. It's what every neighborhood needs is their, philanthropic feel, give to the boosters, give something back to the kids. And in this case, St. Stephen's believes in what we're doing, and they're going to pay for that sponsorship. So we have support while we're out here trying to promote their players and get Western North Carolina baseball in front of college coaches' eyes. So again, for anybody listening that's in touch with their boosters programs at their high schools, love to have you as a sponsor next season. Again, this is our last broadcast of the regular season. We should be bringing Area 4 Legion coverage again starting in the beginning of June. But for high school ball, this will be it. Again, we've had a couple boosters in the past. Our Central's boosters has helped us out. Will Lindsay over at Brevard has had their boosters support us before. Dylan Church going to try to have a much cleaner inning than last time. It was the hit batter and the free pass that came back to bite him. He had 2 outs, both in runners on second and third, and that line drive single by Jude Carter off the glove of the third baseman is the difference right now. It was Wyatt Smith, a nice play out there in left field in the last half inning. Michael, thank you in the chat. So Koa Michael, and I can appreciate that. My last name's Cook, and it ain't spelled that way at all. I promise. I've gotten every pronunciation you can think of. So
I almost didn't have a hotel room because she thought it was.
We checked in last
Cook.
night at Wilkesboro, and what's your name? Like Ryan Cook. Like, you're not here. We have a Ryan. I'm like, is it spelled Koch? Like, oh yeah, that's you. So yeah, I can feel that, Koa Michael. I'm sorry. So there's strike 3 to Wyatt Smith. Much better start for Church. So couldn't hold up the swing. Or no, it's pitched before. Sorry.
Well, here's the newly committed number 2, Ty Matheson.
I like Ty. What a great kid. Talked to him after that Easter Classic Championship.
Ooh.
What's the bunt down here? And it's a beauty. Almanza picks it up, throws, and I think they did get him. Yep, by half a step. Nice effort. Good bunt. Love to see it. So 2 quick outs here. But Matheson just committed to Pfeiffer. He's going to be studying bio. He wants to be a veterinarian when he gets older. And I told him, man, that's a noble job. We homestead. We had our sheep this week having their lambs. The first mama did a great job, delivered 2, a boy and a girl. But got a call from my wife this morning. I hate to not be home, but had our next mama give birth to 2. The first one made it fine. The second one did not. And I said, Ty, that's where I need you, buddy. So when you graduate, give me a call. I'm making my homesteading vet to give my business to Ty Matheson. So, yeah, homesteading life, that's farm life sometimes. Wish I could have been home, but we're out here doing baseball, and it is what it is. So, Cade Church up for a second time, struck out to lead off this game. He's going to hit an easy bouncer there to Coffey. He's going to sprint to the bag. So takes it himself, and that's out number 3. So Church, much cleaner inning in the second go around. 1, 2, 3, heading to the top of the third. It's going to be Duncan Carmichael, Eli Greer, and Maddox Sublime, the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Well, stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. Check out our website, baseballu.org. That's baseball and the letter U.org.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's all this social media about? We have X, which I think has eliminated the need for any of you players to spend money on a recruiting website or, just you don't need it. X is all you need. Facebook is good for the neighborhoods. I think that gets the most attention when it comes to coming to your town for a broadcast. So we try to get on those Facebook groups and spread the news. And then Instagram, again, I don't care for it. The kids like it. We try to put all our stuff up on there, and maybe it has some college recruiting purposes to it. But every time I log on, it's like, dang, prom picture. I don't need to see this, But whatever. Instagram, X, and Facebook. Got Baseball University's #1 fan, Boz Burgers, in the comments letting us know that TC is up 6-0 on Asheville in the bottom of the third. So it looks like TC is going to run it and win the MAC if they can stay hot here and finish strong. Wondering who they have on the bump this evening. Holt Gasson's probably their #1. Got Cooper Friedholm, Liam Suttle, some good pitchers there. Nolan Worley. Just a deep squad at TC. Their bench players would be probably starting middle of the lineup for most of our mountain teams. So Bowman right back to throwing strikes. And we're going to see a lot of these guys during the American Legion season. So let's shout out our third inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70. That's the Asheville Post. We covered Area 4, mostly Post 70 last year on their run to the World Series in Shelby. If you're a veteran out there in Buncombe County, Asheville area, consider joining. They are looking for new membership. But again, the best players in Western North Carolina need to be playing Legion. I just don't think Showcase and Travel moves the needle all that much anymore. And Senior Legion is a collection of the best players. A lot of times they're collegiate players, and it's the perfect bridge between high school and college to create good baseball culture. Swinging a drive center field. That's Mays back there to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 retired here. And Eli Greer coming to the plate, the catcher. Again, I think Legion coverage is going to start at the very beginning of June. I think first game for post 70 is May 29th, but I think Hunter's out of town for that. What you doing that weekend?
Bachelor trip.
Bachelor trip. Getting married, are you?
Not me. I'm married to the game.
Married to the game, baby. But we'll be back in the beginning of June. We're looking for sponsors. So if you have a business that wants to sponsor Area 4 coverage, please reach out to us. We have some really fair sponsorship deals for advertisements. And again, we always let people know that you're the reason for creating these opportunities. And again, we're trying to roll over that college recruiting feel to Legion baseball, especially for our underclassmen playing. Ground ball wide of the bag at third. Shouldn't be any errors on the ground balls today, as I always like to say with my old coaching buddies Mike Connolly when we were coaching in the Old North State League. It's turf. Anytime we saw an error, we'd just be like, hey, so we're at big league camp. Looks like this field, all turf. Not quite as pretty. But yeah, an error by an infielder at turf. Come on, boys. It's turf. No errors on the board yet out there. So we got some Cougar fans and some St. Stephen's Indian fans in the chat this evening. It'd be nice if we could get some super chat love every once in a while, but every single broadcast in the history of Baseball University has been flagged for copyright because of all the lead or all the songs in the backgrounds. You know, we can't control what the PA announcer's playing. Now, granted, there's a pop-up here, first base. It's Maddox Reese in to make the play. However, where we're sitting today, we are kind of blocked from the speakers, so this might actually be the first game that we don't get that we might be able to monetize. I mean, YouTube, they don't have real people that work there. You can't get a hold of anybody. But I've tried to argue my case that, like, hey, you're flagging us because someone's walk-up songs in the background. Bowman going to miss high here. So again, a fly out and a pop out, making quick work of the Indians. Zablon here in the 9-hole. Again, Coach Bowman told us that Zablon is a great athlete, possibly the best one on the team. He's a 27 grad, so he's going to have to step up, take a bigger role next year as a senior. I like the way that Bowman works. Just quick, gets the ball. Has such great body control. Ground ball over to Johnson. Hard throw over to first base. 5-3. 1, 2, 3 inning yet again for Mr. Bowman. Flying through these innings as we move along to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Sawyer Chapman Mays, Koa Michael, and Gunnar Johnson coming to the plate.
Well, I want to thank all of our in-game sponsors this evening. We'll start out with Iron Outdoors, our Mound Visit sponsor. Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance runs. So we're coming up on those here in the bottom of the third and top of the fourth. Granning Landscapes Incorporated, their glove work sponsor. That was some good glove work right there, throwing a strike from 5-3 to get the final out. Hauling Solutions and Grading is our stolen base sponsor. So if you see any stolen bases tonight, that's who brings them to you. Not the players, just Andrew Casoria. Burley Painting is our college strike three. You heard their name a couple times already. A couple college strike threes. Kenwood Bats will be our player of the game sponsor. Last one of the 2026 broadcast season.
Yep.
And then Next Level Baseball brings you your next level play of the game.
And Carter Bowman making a good plea right now to get 2 bats in one day. Again, took a picture of him with the dummy bat after he was the player of the game in the Easter tournament. Saw him briefly before the game, got him the bat. They're beautiful. It's a natural finish with the red, white, and blue American colors. And thank you to Camwood. Thank you to Coach Mitchell Whitener for making those bats for us up there at Camwood. And, it's been a long season. It's crazy that it's already over. Seems like just yesterday We were at East Henderson for that first game of the year, East versus Hendo. Seen a lot of good ones this year. I think we're going to stick to this flex schedule pattern. First, there's a strike. Say last year, we planned out the whole schedule. We just released a schedule, right? This year, because again, we ran into some stinkers. We ran into a few teams that underperformed, games that we thought were going to be good that ended up being a wash. This year, we went week to week on a flex schedule. It's harder because you got to, your weekends you're working, you're trying to plan everything. And our saying here at Baseball University is if you're working 40 hours a week, that's part-time. But I'll tell you, the flex schedule is great because it's just you can follow the conference standings, you can follow the playoff hunt, you can follow rivalry games closer. And,
Conference tournament games.
Yeah. We didn't really run into too many stinkers this year. There was a few blowouts, but there were still good games on paper going into it. And those games, drive to center field. There's a lot of room out there. It's a nice play by Caldwell going back on it to make the play for out number 1. So Chapman Mays gave it a ride. Had have been out at Burns. That was a fun game at Burns versus Cherryville. 300 to center field at Burns.
At 100 to it, you've got App State.
It's 300 center field and 300 to right center field at Burns. So,
is it 330 down left here? I see 330 right, but I can only see left field corner.
I believe so. I can get up and peek here. 335 down the left field line.
A little bit farther than right field. Lefty's got a slight advantage.
Pitcher's park. Say, I think there was a pitcher or two drafted out of App State last year. I know the Mariners took one, I believe. And Mariners been hot on North Carolina, even Western North Carolina last couple of years. Kyle Raleigh, Braden Korn, Dusty Rivas. I mean, they took a player out of App, a player out of Gaston the last couple of years. So swing and a deep drive to left center field. Ain't nobody catching that one. Off the wall. Gone at just about every other. So you better keep running, son. Here we go. We got ourselves a triple. Big swing by Koa. Michael, who set it right this time. That ball is gone at any other stadium in Western North Carolina high schools. But 385 out there in the gap. And nice job by Michael not to just sit there and watch it. He was hauling tail. And when that ball bounced off the wall, it cascaded all the way back towards the infield almost. Not almost, but Caldwell and Carmichael had to give it a run. And Michael, just easy triple. Let's see if this is deep enough for the sac fly. Rangle's got it out there. Here comes Michael. There's going to be a play at the plate. Nope, he is safe. Sac fly, RBI by Gunnar Johnson. So as a State Farm, Chad McMahon insurance run, now 3-0. Jude Carter to the plate. Jude had the 2 RBI single there with 2 outs in the first inning. He had a line drive to the third baseman, Almanza. Looked like he had it. Reached his glove up and it hit off the webbing and out in the left field. Official scorekeeper gave it a single, so that's what we went with as well.
I'm shocked they didn't appeal that.
He missed a base?
No, the sac fly.
Left early? Hunter looking at the
It's so
replay.
close. It's hard to tell from our angle here, but.
And look, the home umpire is looking. He's keeping an eye on. Where's the second base umpire looking in that one? So Hunter took a screenshot of that.
The catch.
That's hard to do. It's hard to see, like, 2 times the catch and the runner taken off from the base. So no appeal, 3-0. Yeah, it was close. It wasn't necessarily an obvious mishap. I see Jake Bland walking by over there with his beautiful hair. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. I can get a handshake from you, son. I say it's cold, but it ain't like cold weather. So you're live on the broadcast, son. So yeah. I saw your boy Van always show you his bat.
He did, yes.
I dig it.
Over there.
saw it walking in.
Looks like y'all are still fighting for potentially. Well, your fight's done, but possibly a bye.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. I don't think we get it.
We were talking earlier. I wonder, does it help y'all if St. Stephen's loses since you're both kind of
I think it does.
interesting?
I haven't looked at it today, but
There's a drive to left field. Oh, did he get it? Nope. Off the wall again. So Michael off the wall. Now Carter off the wall. He's going to hold at second base, though. Well, Jake, who are you cheering for here?
St. Stephen's.
Yeah?
Yep.
So no love for Alexander Central after yesterday, I guess.
No,
I heard Daniel Jones pitched really well, though.
He did, yeah.
Nice.
He always does.
I'm excited to start working with him and JJ and get those guys going.
Yeah.
Bummed out we didn't get up to Watauga this year, man. I feel like I broke so many hearts, like not just Watauga, but just trying to do the flex schedule and get everywhere. So I think we're going to do like a top 5 like places we wish we would have been. I think Watauga is going to be up there for sure. So
Let's go back next year then.
Oh, we will. I got to go up to King University now to see you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, hey, if y'all are listening in the background, it's Jake Blanton, King University commit, one of the best athletes in Western North Carolina. Go watch the game, Jake. Go get with your buddies. It was good to see you again, buddy.
See y'all.
Take care. So, wow, Jude Carter. They're starting to hit some nukes off of former teammate Church here. Ground ball picked up by Loma. Throws across. That is out number 3. So, Hoke, the final out here in the 3rd inning. So, quick. So, it was a leadoff fly out, and then the loud triple by Michael. Gunnar Johnson with the sac fly RBI, which, again, Hunter's looking at the replay, trying to figure out if he left early. Doesn't matter now.
I think he's good.
Carter with the big double, but nobody on base, so he's left on no errors in the inning. 3-1 is our score. Heading into the top of the 4th, it's going to be William Loma that just made that play at short, Braden Caldwell, and Braden Kaufman. Anytime you want to. It's Josh, right? Yeah, come on up. Come on up. So we have a quick special guest here. Again, we were stoked to get boosters involved. So let's thank our 4th inning sponsor first, and then we'll introduce you to Josh. Josh, right? I get that right? Cool. So 4th inning sponsors, Nova X Kinectics. Again, for all those youth, high school, and college pitchers, if you're trying to take the next step in your player development, Nova X Kinectics is for you. It's directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne's worked with several arms in Western North Carolina the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance by infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics. He's also starting his hitting side of the Nova X Kinectics business. He's got the blast motion. He's got Rapsodo and something called Lift. Is it Uplift or something? I don't know. But I love what he's done for the pitchers, so I'm sure he's going to be doing great by the hitters in Western North Carolina. So, Josh, you're the what's the last name again?
Parton.
Josh Parton. Josh is the head of the boosters program at St. Stephen's. Here's a pitch from Bowman. I think boosters are so important to trying to build a community and just the spirit of the community.
Yeah.
We struggle with that a little bit in some of our Western North Carolina communities, just trying to support these boys. But, man, you got me thinking today when you said you're raising money for a 6,000 square foot indoor baseball facility.
Yeah.
And I guess let's just start with, we can talk about some of the projects, but, like, what's the overall goal? Like, first is ground ball to Matheson.
Run it out, Will.
Matheson, 6-3 on the putout. What's from a community standpoint? What's the goal by investing in these kids, investing in the sports? Like, why do we do this?
Yeah. So for us, one of the biggest problems that we're finding across our area, not just at St. Stephen's, but it's so interesting to see that kids are wanting to transfer to places where there's cool things, and not only that, but winning programs. But I think that when you invest in the kids and get them, really cool things that make it fun to play and whatnot, I really think that does something with their spirit, does something with their desire to play the game. Not only with the baseball facility that we're looking at, but we just purchased a 10-foot scores table with a LED screen for volleyball, basketball, and wrestling. So that way we can, run our sponsors on that instead of having to put the signs up on the wall. They get a chance to be a part on that. And so it just makes, it's a really cool project that we have with that. And so,
And that might be a little upfront on the investment, but then you start thinking, oh, line drive here. Is that going to hang up for Mays? It will. So nice piece of hitting there by Caldwell, but right.
We got to stop hitting to him. We're hitting straight to him every single time.
Well, I was going to say, you can jinx Bowman if you want. I've been trying not to jinx him.
I would not.
But you know how that is.
Yeah, I do. My wife was yelling at me because I said, can we do something different, guys? And she doesn't, I don't think that she understands that when you're a hitter, there's ways that you can turn on the ball.
Yep.
And we need to get back to the fundamentals right here. This has been a fun kid to watch. Braden Coffin, great kid. He was the One News Enterprise Player of the Month for the month of March, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And he's been a great asset. He ended up moving to varsity his freshman year last year because he was hitting bombs across the fence.
Thick legs.
In JV, yeah, 100%. And so he's been solid. He's usually our second baseman.
That's what Coach said. I was kind of surprised when you see the body type. But it's like, he said second, third.
Yeah,
and I'm
dude,
like, I can see that.
And he's solid there. He got hurt sliding into second, I think it was a few games ago, and so he's been limited on field time, but he's still been solid on the bat. We just need to make it happen here in this game.
Well, it's still close, kind of a pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that scoreboard real quick. Like, do you feel like, with the upfront costs there, it's like it allows you to appeal to those advertisers and potential sponsors and not put the banners up and print them all out. Line drive down. They got to hit. There we go.
Yes.
Breaks up the
There we go.
Josh
there
is
we go.
the lucky.
There we go. Look at that. Braden Coffin with a stand-up double down the third baseline.
You're the lucky. You're the luck they needed here. So it breaks up the no-hitter, so I can use that now.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to be the one to jinx them, but with two outs, Braden Coffin doing some damage. And we'll see if Rangel, did I say that right?
Eddie Rangel
can.
We tell him, si se puedes. Tell him, you can do it. Let's go. You got this.
So he's going to try to break this goose egg
Heck
here.
Yeah, right here.
Now, again, like I imagine, the kids are coming into the facility. They're seeing all these upgrades, and when I say kids, I'm actually talking like your 7, 8, 9-year-olds, guys that are going to be future St. Stephen's Indians.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that they get pumped up at. They look at these kids on varsity as if they're superstars. They just can't wait to be part of it. Like the baseball camp will be filled. The volleyball camp will be filled. All the youth camps will be filled. And then, like you said, you never have to worry about a kid transferring ever again.
So I want to speak to that just for a second.
So pop fly's going to end it over there.
Fly, that's going to end it. I want to speak to that for a second because that's been one of my focuses. I took over as booster president in January of last year, and the guy that had been doing it before me, he had done it for like 4 or 5 years, and just it was time. He just needed to come off. He had a kid graduate, and so we wanted to try to get back to the feeder programs because the teens is where it's, or the kids is where it's at. Those 5th, 6th graders, 4th, 5th, 6th graders that are going to be coming up through middle school and whatnot. We're trying to appeal to them, not only for baseball, but in basketball and football as well. I know football is one of those programs that we're trying to rebuild. I haven't had the best over the past few years, except for this past year. We had actually a really good football program.
Nice. What was the final record this year?
That's a really good question.
Winning season?
Yeah, we were above 500, and that was important for us. And so that's what we like. But that's been one of my focuses, is to try to really get into these feeder programs that are going to help these kids. Coach Bowman does a phenomenal baseball camp.
I was going to say he's a good coach. I can tell. That was my first time meeting him face to face today, and we know a lot of the same people. I can just tell he's in it for the right reasons. And what you're saying, it kind of ties in with like our model. Like, we're not a big fan of the sports youth sports industry. I think it's a $40 billion a year industry. It's just too much money when we're actually seeing participation going down the last 3 decades. So when you have a good boosters program and you talk about these feeder programs, these kids don't have to go seeking out like some of these proprietary businesses that are charging 5, 10, 15 grand if their own community, their own facilities are providing that type of training, that type of opportunity. Ground ball here. Nice pick by Almanza. Throws it across.
There we go. Good job, Zay.
Mays made it close, but it is out. I got to switch my scorecard. So out number 1, that was That was Maddox Reese on the play. Sorry about that, folks. So it was at 5-3 on Monza. So it's Wyatt Smith to the plate now. Wyatt struck out his first time up. So number 15 smokes it through the backside there for a base hit. Well, this is interesting. This is an example of one of our, our ad cards. But again, you're our away team sponsor tonight. So St. Stephen's Athletic Boosters. We're thanking you guys because you're supporting the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches beforehand, and then editing and posting the highlights of the Indian prospects afterwards. Which I got a backlog. I ain't gonna lie. I got like 12 games I got to catch up on.
Nice.
But we're gonna get all these highlights from these games from all 4 cameras. We cut them up.
Make highlight reels. I love it.
We're trying to make a free tool for the kids. Like I can show you my phone just blowing up coaches today. Like, hey, this is who we're seeing. This is the list of prospects. So the game itself is a product. Line drive foul here. Nice swing by Matheson.
Just foul.
But this itself is a product because the coaches can tune in now or later, and it's free.
Yeah.
I'm not charging.
Yeah.
The kids, I encourage them to go take my stuff. Go on my YouTube. Cut all the clips you need. I'm going to do it anyway, but if they want to jump right to it, do it. I love it when we get home, and I already got kids pulling clips and posting them from the broadcast. I love it. And then, who's to say I don't get a phone call? There's a pop fly in the right field. Rangel is going to be able to double them off here.
Eddie, get it.
Double
there
play.
We go. Call it, Tim. That's it.
All right. So fly out to right field, and then it's a 7-3 outfield assist by 9-3.
That's what we need. Hey,
Rangel.
look, we broke the juji the last inning, and we got on broke the no hitter here.
Scoreless inning.
Scoreless right here. This is, I think, really for us, this is a lot of times where we can shine. This is like our back nine, as it were. Back nine. This is where we can really start to dial it in. We get in our heads sometimes. I love our boys, but sometimes we get in our heads just like anybody else. And this game is so mental. This game is so mental. It's unreal.
We see up in the Mountain 8 where we're from, holy cow, like you can have the last place team beat the first place team just if you get in their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Now down here, down the mountain a little bit, like some of these teams are a little sharper. Like Franklin came down and played y'all, and y'all beat them 10-0. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of shows you like just where the depth is a little bit from where we're from. Want to take a quick second, thank our 5th inning sponsor, BF Stepp Electrical Company. BF Stepp has been in Henderson County for 42 years, and they're a longtime supporter of Western North Carolina baseball. They offer residential, commercial, industrial services. Owned by Brooks Stepp, the unlimited license company is your go-to for new construction, remodeling, outdoor lighting, service changes, generator installations, and especially electrical maintenance. Give them a call today at 828-697-6097.
Hey, listen, and with Duke Power saying that they're going to do an increase over the next couple of years for electrical, BF Stepp might be somebody you might want to call to put some solar something or a generator that can power your house without having to use Duke Power.
We've been looking into it. North Carolina's funny because there's other states where you can just be off the grid.
Yeah.
North Carolina makes you tap into the grid.
Pay
you for your energy. I love North Carolina. I love Western North Carolina, but it's like sometimes I look at states like Kentucky or something a little bit. I'd love to just get my solar and not have a bill.
Listen, I got 5 kids, and my 5th one is 9. So in like 8 years, he's going to be done. And my wife and I are going somewhere tropical. We'll probably end up in Florida.
There you go.
They're doing some cool things in Florida with no property tax.
Oh, pop fly.
Zay's going to fly out to right field.
And that's Michael. So I'm saying his name right. I've been botching it all year.
I think I just saw he just committed.
He did. Well, he committed a couple weeks ago to Catawba College, and man, that's a good program. Coach Gant. Coach Bowman gave me y'all's alumni list today, like who's still playing. I mean, y'all have just been putting people in college. So leading back into the boosters, and this is where I appreciate y'all. Like you're investing in us today for the kids. You see us as an opportunity to create college recruiting opportunities for them. Oh. Nice play out there by the left fielder. I think that's Smith out there calling off Matheson, the shortstop. So some good communication out there. But that's kind of the whole thing. Like, again, we don't exist unless we have sponsors. I'm not going to take money out of kids' pockets for this broadcast. It's not going to happen. We've had some people say, hey, charge for the broadcast. I'm like, no, because then college coaches That's our main audience.
Yeah, 100%.
So again, I think in the future, as you build your boosters, please reach out for any help. I know Coach Bowman and I, again, first time we met face to face, we've been talking the last couple of years. I think he knows what we're about, but again, we'd love to just talk to kids, talk to entire athletic departments about, hey, what are the things you can do for your kids that are, because information, you see this. If kids get access to information, they're saving money.
Yeah.
When you get info, you learn how to do it yourself. You know what's a like a money trap, a money pit. And a lot of these kids out here, that go on to play college baseball, they don't need to spend as much money as they think. And there's some out there that don't spend any. They play Legion.
Yep.
They have their high school coaches like Coach Bowman, Coach Hardy.
Get up through the middle. Get up through the middle.
There's a base hit.
Duncan Carmichael.
He's committed
to Surrey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you have some kids in this game committed. Colt Briggs committed to App State.
Yep.
Jude Carter committed to Kennesaw.
Yep.
But I don't think kids realize how important it is, or how impressive it is to see a commitment to a Surrey, to a Caldwell, to a CVCC in this new college recruiting world. JUCO is like the minor leagues for
100%
now.
100%.
The best, if you're a good high school player, JUCO is not above you. You're not above JUCO. Let's put it that way. Ground ball here to third baseman Gunnar Johnson. He's got a good arm. Throws it across for out number 3.
Eli should have just let that pitch go right by. He wasn't ready. He was trying to call for time, and Nick wouldn't give it to him.
Well, you were saying earlier, back 9 here, I think with Bowman, you have to find a way to make him throw more pitches because he's attacking the zone. He's under control. Sometimes you just can't. I don't know. You just got to get them out of the game somehow. Foul off the ball.
Yeah.
Don't swing early at the curveballs for strike 1. It's tough because he's a good one, man. We've seen Bowman pitch a few times this year, and he's not big.
No.
But, man, I'll tell you what, he's just steady Eddie out there.
100%. 100%.
Now, Church here, I heard he's got it narrowed down to a couple junior colleges. I'm hoping he makes a decision soon because some kids think they have time to wait, but they don't realize transfer portal's getting ready to open back up. And those guys are D1,
go ahead and commit.
D2.
We're getting to the end of this. We gotta start committing and doing some stuff. And to what you were saying earlier, JUCOs are fantastic because those are great developmental programs.
Yep.
Like maybe you don't have that 95 mile an hour fastball to go play D1 ball, but you can develop and get under some of these programs. CVCC's had phenomenal baseball program. Surrey's got a great baseball program. Get in there and just and keep playing the game and learn and get better from a collegiate aspect. And then these D2, D1 schools, there's a good chance they're going to come knocking.
They're looking at them first
100%.
before the high school guys.
Yeah.
They're communicating. Like when I run a prospect filming, like we're having one June 10th at Mars Hill, I usually try to get a couple coaches from each division just so along with my own evaluations, I can turn to them and be like, is this kid fit at your level? You know who the D1s and D2s are talking to the whole time? The JUCO coaches there.
Yep.
Like, hey, what's that one boy doing? What's this kid up to?
They've been following him for a while.
Oh, yeah. They've seen him in high school. They like him in high school, but they say, hey, he's got to go JUCO.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. It's the bottom of the 5th. This game's been flying, by the way.
It has been.
And
I might be able to get 7 brew after this. Get to it. Come on, Braden. Oh, and it's just going to drop.
Well, finds its way in out there. That's leadoff hitter Cade Church. So his first hit of the game. Finds the green out there. I'll bring Sawyer Chapman Mays to the plate. Another example of a senior uncommitted that's good enough to play. But I'm just not quite sure these players are in tune with the market. And let's say you have a good like this happens all the time. You have a good conversation with the coach. It says, hey, I think we'd like to bring you in. But you wait 4 days to call back.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
You can't do that.
It's just a whole different world where years ago when they would chase you and try to court you a little bit, not anymore, guys. So
what's funny about some of these kids is they think that getting recruited is all about talent, how they hit the ball in football, how they run the ball, basketball, how they shoot the ball. And it's not about that. You got to look at these coaches are looking at how you are as a human being, your character, your integrity. Are you going to call me back? I called you 4 days ago. The least you can do is say, hey, coach, I appreciate you giving me a call. Love to answer some questions. We'd love to sit down and see what kind of packages that you have to offer and everything. Like, if you don't call a
Got to be a
coach back,
communicator.
you got to then that tells the coach that you're not a team player, you're not a communicator,
and you're looking out for you first.
Yeah,
and,
100%, 100%.
It's
disrespectful, honestly.
It's in the past they didn't have a choice. They would have to kind of deal with it or chase the kid, but they have so many choices now.
Mhm.
All the play, like if I have one spot, the runner goes up, and that is a
Eli
pass
can't handle
ball. Puts the brakes on. So that's ball 4 anyway, so it's not a stolen base, I believe. Am I right, Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a stolen base, not a pass ball either, technically.
Jimmy's going to come out and have a chat with Dylan here.
Well, it's a good time to tell you about our Ion Outdoors mound visits, right? Ion Outdoors, official sponsor of any mound visit we have throughout the year. I think they're located down in Gaston, backyard pools, pergolas, patios, grayscaping. So it looks like this mound visit is going to result in a pitching change here. So is it Loma that's going to come in and pitch?
Looks like Dunk's coming in. Duncan Carmichael, which he came in last night for relief for Cole.
So he must have stayed under 30 pitches.
Yeah, that's not the way to do it, bro.
Get that one out of the way. Hey, let's take a minute to thank our home team sponsor for Alexander Central. That's Sean Yamber, real estate agent for Weichert Realty. Again, Sean supports both these teams in this whole area, so let's just get that across. But tonight, specifically, he's the one sponsoring the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame, and then editing and posting the highlights for the Alexander Central Cougar prospects afterwards. Again, we want to thank Sean Yamber. He works out of Burke County, but serves, I think, Caldwell, Alexander, Catawba, and all the surrounding counties as well. So, again, couldn't do it without our sponsors. Again, here with Josh from St. Stephen's. He's the president of the Boosters Club. And, again, wanted to bring him on to just have people here. Like, it's so important to build your booster programs in your town. If you're wondering, like, man, why is our team so bad? Why don't we ever win? Well, money makes trees fall. And somebody in the neighborhood, a baseball fan, philanthropic, you're going to have to drop some money in facilities, uniforms. I mean, heck, I've seen booster programs raise money for coaches' salaries.
Yeah.
You know, like we see that out in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, with their football coaches and everything.
I think it was South Carolina or Georgia. They just passed the law. It was Georgia. They passed a law that said that booster organizations can supplement coaches' salaries.
I love it.
You know, because let's just
They
be
don't
real.
make a lot.
This isn't a political statement at all, but our teachers are grossly underpaid, especially in North Carolina. We're 43rd.
I taught for 10 years. I know it very well.
43rd in the nation in teacher pay.
They don't talk about the coaches' pay, but
No.
I'll give some examples. When I was the head coach, when I first moved down here, I took a middle school head coach job, $500 a year.
Yeah.
High school, probably about $1,500. Right.
And the amount of hours that you pour in, and it's not just teaching and coaching the kids. It's, you know, sometimes you have to be dad, and some of these kids, they don't have, you know, a good home life, and sometimes you got to be dad.
Many
to these
a
kids.
Times I'd stay after and just, it's not even about baseball.
Yeah.
Just sitting down trying to figure out a kid and where his head's at. Real quick, tell the people who are listening, like, what can they do to get involved in specifically St. Stephen's Booster Club, because a lot of them are listening tonight. What can they do to get involved? Because I know sometimes you'll have those philanthropic types that are going to drop thousands, but sometimes it's just about dropping $20 when you can.
100%. Listen, never believe that your donation, your gift is not going to something, because every dollar counts, and we see that, especially from our concessions. So our booster organization is similar to a lot of others around the Catawba Valley area. And that is that every one of our concession stands are run by our booster organization, and all that money comes straight back to the boosters.
Slam to right field, but Wrangle's got a beat on
got
it.
And
Tags at second. I believe that was such Church moving up on the fly ball. So first out recorded of the inning. So one down here now. Carmichael's in the game.
And this money, like for instance, our big project right now is for baseball. Bowman and I have been talking for a couple years about a covered batting facility. Just because when it's raining or something like that, like we still want to try to get BP in, because we can't necessarily do that in the gym. It's really hard. And so that morphed into that morphed into talking about the enclosure that we're settling on now. And this, honestly, it not only is it going to help our baseball organization, but it's going to help softball because they're right beside us. It's going to help soccer and lacrosse because soccer plays on the field right below and in between our baseball and softball fields. Lacrosse practices on the field that we're going to build this facility. So it really gives an opportunity for these teams that play on grass to be able to practice indoors. If it's super cold outside, raining, whatnot, let's at least be able to have this facility to be able to practice and get some reps in and whatnot. So really excited about that project. We're basically asking anyone. We are a 501c3, so if you do give to the organization, write it off. Some of y'all need a tax write-off. I don't know how your fiscal year runs, if it's July to June, or if it's a calendar fiscal year. But if you feel compelled, feel led to give to St. Stephen's Boosters, man, we would love and we would honor you. And just be super grateful that you want to give. Listen, I one thing that I've learned in my time in sales and my background as a pastor as well is man, sometimes you can't be afraid to ask for money. If you don't ask for it, the worst they can say is no.
We know that very well
Yeah.
when we seek out our sponsors.
100%. So I think that's one of the things for me. Our past president, Brian Kelly, he just retired. Brian Kelly was the chief deputy for Catawba County Sheriff's Department, 31 years, just retired. And he was the booster president before me, did a great job with it. He loves my personality and asked me if I would get involved and actually kind of trapped me in it. And then I haven't looked back since. But
I mean, you seem energetic. You seem like you really believe in it, and I wish that was contagious to every single community here in Western North Carolina, foothills or mountain. There's a ground ball picked up here and thrown across, and yes, I think he is out.
Yep.
I'll say about half a step. So nice play there by
Almanza. Gives me a little anxiety sometimes.
Well, he had a tough one on that Jude Carter line drive single.
Yeah.
We didn't really know how to score it, so we just went with the official scoreboard. We said, hey, give him a single. He hit a line drive.
Yeah.
Fielding's hard, man. It's a hot corner. And we were joking a little earlier when it's turf, though. It's like, come on, boys. It's turf. Get your hops.
Yeah.
So,
it is.
But yeah, again, Josh, really appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
Again, I think for everybody listening out there, if you're a St. Stephen's fan, please support your neighborhood. If you're an Alexander Central fan or just tuning in to listen, just know that this is the kind of model, the kind of foundation that you're going to have to build in your neighborhood if you want to see winning baseball, if you're not seeing it right now. Because I see some of those teams out there that struggle to 2-3 wins every year. You want to change it?
Yeah.
Get some money, find your baseball people, find your philanthropic types. Come organized, right? You got to show the people what you want to do. But man, I think hopefully that you inspire some people to realize that you can't just sit at home and complain. You have to get involved. You got to find, like you just said, and coming from a pastor too.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about being greedy. It's just trying to find enough to help the community. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and I'll hop off your program. My wife's probably wondering where I ran off to, or what's taking me so long. But
that's our wives' job.
100%, 100%. I hate to feel like I'm beating a dead horse with just the amount of money we do not have for schools, for athletics, even the arts. I'm a musician, so we just don't have enough money for this stuff. And so it's really cool to be able to rely on some of our bigger sponsors, for St. Stephen's, like A Plus Roofing and Geppetto's Pizza. That they provide our pizza for all of our home games and whatnot. These Tribe Pride banner sponsors, the ones that give to boosters organizations, Marcus Houston, that whole crew, his whole crew, a bunch of people over there that we play golf with. They're giving to this, and we're super thankful for that, because it's taken the community to really rally around St. Stephen's and build what we want there. A lot of these kids are coming up. We were talking about baseball. It's so crazy to see what's coming up through the next 5 to 10 years for baseball for Bowman, and I mean we're going to be in it just about every year.
Here's a stolen base attempt. I think they got him.
Hey, they got him. Call it, Tim. There you go, Tim. Good call.
Caught stealing at third base. put that run in. That's Chapman Hayes, I believe, was caught stealing there. That'll end the 5th inning. So how many left on there? Just one, technically. And how did that run score, by the way? Was that an RBI ground out by Johnson? Okay, make sure I got that in the book. So bringing everybody into the nuances of keeping a scorebook, running a broadcast.
Y'all are doing a killer job up here. I love it. Dude, I love this.
I mean, and that's the thing, is like no one's really doing it. So a lot of times people don't really know what the heck it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I just like, look, I used to coach with these guys, against them. I used to work in the college recruiting industry back in the 2000s, and I don't like it. I just felt too much money was being thrown around. And like 100%. You're saying, it wasn't going back into communities. It was coming out of communities.
It's a for-profit.
And again, I sleep easy at night knowing that like anybody that gives it to us as sponsors is coming from a good place. Just like you can probably sleep easy at night knowing that they're giving to a good cause. It's the kids, it's the high school guys, it's the boosters. And it's not one particular sport, one particular kid. It's the school. And it's just a matter of a project at a time. So again, appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach.
Hope your wife's not too mad at you.
No, I'm going to see if I can find her a hot coffee. She's probably freezing down there underneath her Victoria's Secret blanket that I got her for Christmas.
Go get her the hot coffee and just slide back in there.
Absolutely. Appreciate what you guys do.
Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely.
Really
y'all have a great night.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank you again so much for the sponsorship.
Buddy. Yeah, anytime.
All right. So speaking of sponsorships, we'll talk a little bit about our Patreon again. We had one folk here on the super chat donate $2, but hopefully YouTube don't cancel it anyway when they demonetize this for hearing songs in the background that we don't own. But we appreciate anybody that joins our Patreon. You can join for $1 a month to get access to the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, high school baseball. So now in the top of the 6th inning, it's Maddox Zablon to lead off. Carter Bowman dealing again. So Zablon going to send one deep to center field. That sends Mays back. He dives. It's over his head. It's going to dribble to the wall. Should be a triple with all that space out there. Throw comes into Matheson. Didn't even need to dive into third. It was a stand-up triple, but got dirty instead. Well, not really dirty on turf, but a leadoff triple by Zablon. Trying to infuse some life into these St. Stephen's Indians who have not been able to crack the goose egg on offense yet. Still a big old 0 out there, but 90 feet away is Maddox Zablon, potentially the first run here for the Indians. Line drive down the right field line. That will score 1. William Loma around first base. That might rattle around a little bit out there. Nice pickup by Michael. They're going to send him to third anyway. Throw comes in, and he is safe. Back-to-back triples for Zablon and Loma. Holy cow. In the middle of all that, we want to thank our 6th inning sponsor, Flooring America, located at 600 Slater Street in Kings Mountain. A lot of good deals on flooring, overstock flooring. Hit them up at 704-739-2756, or you can find them at flooringamerica.com. So St. Stephen's dugout starting to get loud. Everybody up on the fence. Again, 4-1 right now. And we're going to have ourselves a pitching coach visit. So again, all mound visits brought to you by Ion Outdoors. Ion Outdoors, if you check them out on Instagram or Facebook, you see some of the great work. Outdoor pools, patios, pergolas, grayscaping, and more. If you have a backyard dream, Ion Outdoors can make it come true. So Braden Caldwell, the batter now. Just kind of recap a little bit here. An insurance run pushed across in the 5th inning on the RBI ground out by Gunnar Johnson. So now 4-1. That was a State Farm insurance run. Chad McMahon Insurance. So Bowman's going to stay in there. We'll see about tapping into a game changer here to see what pitch counts are for Bowman. Because again, it's a big key. That was a key of the game. We talked about table setting, trying to get deep in counts, get on base, try to get Carter Bowman out of this game sooner than later. One of the best pitchers So, 1-1 delivery from Bowman. Little tapper behind the plate, foul. So 1-2 pitch coming. Again, 90 feet away is Lomo.
It
hit him.
And he's fired up.
So it'll be first and third here. Still nobody out. It seems like St. Stephen's starting to get to Carter Bowman a little bit.
You see, the chat was popping off while
Yeah,
we
it
were
was.
talking for about 3 innings. Some guy named Chris Cook said hello.
Oh, yeah? So my pop's watching the game from home. He asked me the other day, he's like, or my mom texted me, how do we watch the podcast? And I'm like, you got to join the Patreon. It's $1.
Make
my parents pay $1.
I don't know if my dad would have that capability to even understand Patreon.
I was going to say, I probably lost him a Patreon.
They said, patron? Patron?
Braden Coffin, hard ground ball. It's going to be off the glove of Mathis, so run in. It'll be an RBI for Coffin. What do you think? Hitter? I don't know. It's backhands hit hard. It is turf.
Hard, but it's turf.
So it's going to be an E6, but he does get an RBI. Hey, got Corey McCall in the house. Good to see you, my friend. I'm going to give this to you now, but I'll come find you after the game when I'm not in the middle of doing my thing. I appreciate you, buddy. It was Corey stopping by. I had to give Corey McCall his Camwood Bats Player of the Game trophy bat from when he hit a dinger and had a great game against Lincoln Charter in the win earlier in the year. So brought a couple extra bats today trying to get them out. So Coffin, first base. Caldwell to second. And Loma is the second run of this game. Even though it was an E6, with nobody out deep in the hole, that is an RBI for Coffin. I mean, wrangled to the plate. Looks like the official scorekeeper gave him a hit too, though. So our book might be a little different than theirs, or a little stingier. Turns the bunt. It's a foul ball. So St. Stephen's here trying to get to Carter Bowman in the 6th inning. Carter Bowman up to this point had been cruising, only allowing 2 hits coming into the 6th inning. It's going to be an 0-2 count here to Wrangle. And Wrangle, the right fielder.
PC over Asheville, 10-0 in 5.
So Wrangle only a junior. So he might have some college baseball intent. Oh, he's going to take strike 3, looking on that one. So strike 3 called, brought to you by Burlette Paint and Paint the Corners with Burlette. Now there's 2 down. 1 down. Still only 1 down.
Ball in play.
Oh, ball. But first I thought he was calling a balk and pointing to third. I was like, I don't know what that was. So baseball gets out of the bullpen down there. Scores 4-2. Now I know Bowman's running into a little trouble, but his pitch count's still only at 66. So he can afford to get into a little bit of trouble and control that pitch count if he rights the ship here. But right now the Indians they have showed up for battle. So 2 looks by Bowman. It's going to be a big old chopper going to second for 1. Safe at first. Man, that toss to second was kind of light. I think he was out by a fingertip. So it's a fielder's choice for Almanza, and that's Coffin retired 4-6. Second base, so 2 outs now. Caldwell over at third base. And
9 for 20 will
9
re-enter.
for 20. So number 9 is Landon Jones, running for Almanza.
Looks like they're going to try grab an extra 90 feet right here.
So first and third situation here with 2 outs. Big, strong senior Cade Coffin, the batter. Bowman, long set, delivers outside, ball 1. So Bowman trying to find that magic that he was dealing through the first 5 innings, nearly unhittable. Makes a good pitch there, 1-1. Again, had 2 hits allowed. Didn't allow his first hit until the 4th inning. Now in the 6th inning, he allows 2 more. It was the back-to-back triples. We gave Braden Coffin an E6 when he reached on that ground ball with an RBI. I think the official scorekeeper gave him a hit. Here's Matheson, goes to second for the final out. So nice play by the shortstop. Goes 6-4 to retire the pinch runner Jones at second. The back-to-back triples, a hit batter, the E6. 1 left on?
2.
I guess 2 left on technically. Ooh, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Bowman and the Cougars still have the lead. It'll be Hoke, Reese, and Smith looking for some insurance runs. Again, I want to thank those in-game sponsors. Iron Outdoors, Pitching Mound Visit sponsors. Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance Runs is our sponsor for those. Say on the Gunnar Johnson ground ball, picked up a State Farm Insurance run there. Granning Landscapes sponsors all our fine web gems. Hauling Solutions and Grading is Stolen Base sponsor. So Andrew Casoria, proprietor of Hauling Solutions and Grading out there in Henderson County. Burlette Painting, called Strike 3 sponsor, painting the corners of Burlette. Got to start thinking about next level baseball play of the game. Need to start thinking about our Camwood Bats player of the game. Bowman's still making a good bid for it. Let's see here. Michael had the triple, scored a run. Gunnar Johnson has 2 RBIs, even though he's 0 for 2 on the day. Sack fly and RBI ground out. Jude Carter's got a single, a double, and a walk in the 2 RBIs. So I guess Jude Carter making a case for it. Graham Hoke is 1 for 2 with a single right now. Wyatt Smith 1 for 2. So I would say right now it's probably Bowman and Carter fighting for Camwood Bat player of the game. Swing and a miss here to the leadoff hitter Hoke. Again, last inning ended on the stolen base attempt at third base. Again, Cardinal sin of baseball, don't ever make the first or last out at third, but I think they did there, right? So actually, wait, am I a batter off in mine? What was the last out in the 5th inning? Are we at number 10? Oh, yeah, never mind. We're at the right spot. Yep, so Graham Hoke's our batter, the catcher. So Hoke 1 for 2, had a single in the 1st inning. And it's Duncan Carmichael that's out there pitching now. So Dylan Church, I'll give you a final line on him. He went 4 innings. And he allowed a fly ball to right field. It's out number 1. So let's see. Church allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits by my count. Allowed the 4 runs, which I'm trying to make sure they were all earned. Yes, they were 4 earned runs. So Carmichael, the Surrey Knight commit, will be playing for Coach Johnson, Coach Cheek next year up in Dobson. So final line for Church, I believe this is right, 4 innings. There's a fly ball to right field. That'll hang up for Rangel. So 2 fly ball outs here to start the 6th, both to the right fielder. So 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Church. He's on the hook right now for the decision. And Carmichael, in relief so far, is an inning and 2/3 deep. We're running out of baseball time here. We'll be at the top of the 7th, just like that. At the end of this half inning, St. Stephen's is going to have to make a move on Carter Bowman. They're going to claim victory. Carmichael misses outside with that one. Again, thank you for everybody tuning in this evening. Really appreciate it. If there's anybody listening out there that hasn't subscribed to the YouTube yet, that always helps with the algorithm and whatever that means. I hear that a lot. But it looks like someone made a nice donation, super chat donation. We've had that happen in the past, but never get it because YouTube comes back and says we copyright violated because of the music in the background of the baseball game.
So they didn't give you all those super chats from that
Nope,
Legion game?
They did not.
Wow.
I hope those people got their money back is all I'm hoping. I hope YouTube didn't just take it from them. So, again, Adam Wilkinson, 3303, appreciate that $2 donation. I hope we get it.
He commented on the Facebook, so follow up with him after to see. I want to know that.
If not, I'll give him his $2 back.
Ooh.
Or join the Patreon for $2 a month if you wish.
In the square small of the back.
So that's Wyatt Smith heading down after the hit by a pitch, so a 2-out base runner. Again, we're not techie. I think that's the beauty of this broadcast is we somehow put this together without really being super technological. Myself, for sure. Hunter makes fun of me all the time, says I'm about an 80-year-old man on the level with his own father's tech abilities. But Hunter's in tune with the tech. I wouldn't say he's techie, but he's done a lot to improve this broadcast over the last 2 years. Everything you're seeing is on Hunter's watch. I do the baseball stuff. I help with everything else. But when it comes to running the actual broadcast, shoo, wish we knew more about tech. So all inside. That's one goal next year is that we get more sponsors and we try to build this thing is maybe bringing on a third person that is a tech person, someone that can handle our social media accounts, maybe handle things in the background, someone that wants to work in video, television, sports production. Back pick here. It was a strike on the pitch. So Smith back safely. Count's going to be 1-1 on Matheson. Again, Ty Matheson, recent commit to Pfeiffer, going to be playing for Coach Bolton, Coach Lackey. Coach Lackey brought me a Pfeiffer hat back at the prospect filming we did at Forest City last August. So big Pfeiffer fan. Have really good physical science down there, exercise science, kinesiology. A lot of players that have gone to Pfeiffer have spoken very highly on the experience. So excited for Ty to get that bio degree and then go get his veterinarian's degree. I think the plan is to do 4 years, get the bio, and then transfer to NC State for the doctor's degree for veterinary science. Backside ground ball right into the hands of Coffin, and that puts a nail in the coffin on the 6th inning. So took it himself. 1 left on after the hit batter. Heading into the top of the 7th, the score is 4-2, and it is go time for the Indians. It's now or never. Backs against the wall. Leadoff hitter is going to be Duncan Carmichael. Eli Greer follows him. Then Maddox Zablon. So 7, 8, 9. Again, thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. If you haven't yet, please join that social media, our Baseball University social media, whether it's the YouTube you're listening to. Join us on Facebook. Follow us on X or Instagram. Again, our handle is BBUniversityWNC. Check out our website at baseballu.org to learn more. Last night of the broadcast, and then I got to get back into college recruiting mode. Our first prospect filming of the year is June 10th at Mars Hill. It'll be a Wednesday. Players have already started signing up. We capped it at 25 to ensure that we get all the video work done that we need to that day. Every once in a while, we'll leak in a few more, depending on positions, if there's POs, whatever it may be. But we tell folks capping at 25. So if you want to be in tune with all our college recruiting information and efforts, join us on all our social media avenues at BB University WNC. I want to thank our seventh inning sponsor. Again, tax season is no longer in full swing, but we want you to give Hale Tax Solutions International a chance to be your tax person. They've been the official tax preparer of Baseball University Blue Ridge for years now. They started back in '97. They're former IRS agents, so they understand the tax system's complexities, and they want to guide you to your maximum returns. So again, if you are looking for a new tax guy or help with bookkeeping or consulting, you can look up Hale Tax Solutions at 828-435-6082. Now let's get back to this potentially final half inning of the game here. Carter Bowman's still in there dealing. Swing and a miss. So again, Duncan Carmichael, leadoff hitter here in the seventh inning. Carmichael is 1 for 2 on the evening. And he's going to place one just over the head of Matheson at shortstop. So a lead-off single, second single of the evening for Carmichael. So tying run comes to the plate, Eli Greer. Current pitch count to Bowman is 74 pitches. So again, for y'all that are new to baseball, high school baseball rules is a 105 pitch limit for pitchers in high school. So we'll see how much rope Bowman has because he's at pitch 74. So Coach Hardy coming out here.
Might be your answer.
Let's see if he's going to make a move. So quiet Ion Outdoors mound visit. I think everybody's on the edge of their seats trying to figure out what move will Coach Hardy make here. So those St. Stephen Indians started to get to Bowman. In the middle of the sixth inning there. And the back-to-back triples by Zablon and Loma. And then the RBI, we put it as an E6. Maybe I should go back and change it. I don't know. I think I'm going to change it. He did hit it in the hole. So we'll give him an RBI single for Braden Coffin. So the RBI triple, the RBI single by Coffin, and that's where we stand, 4-2. Now the hitter, Eli Greer, the catcher. Ooh, kind of an awkward slide back into first base by Carmichael there. So Greer 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a ground out to third base. Coach Hardy believing in his senior starter, letting him keep the ball. There's a bunt attempt picked up by Gunnar Johnson. Throws to first. Nice pick over there by Reese. Some BH Glenn and glove work on both sides there by Johnson and Reese. Be a sack, bunt, out, 5-3. Puts Carmichael up at second. Interesting. You know, I don't know if he's bunting for a base hit there or giving himself up, but with down 2 in the final inning to give up and out, it's interesting because you're at the bottom of the lineup here, you know what I'm saying? So number 9 here is Zablon, who crushed that triple last time. So again, tying run at the plate, 1 out. Backside single by Zablon. But station to station, it was hit too hard for Carmichael to score. So Zablon 2 for 3 on the day. I'll bring William Loma up. Loma 1 for 3 with that RBI triple. I think that is going to be the hook now for Bowman. So good effort, but St. Stephen's Indians just getting to Bowman the last 2 innings. Again, scored 2 on them in the 6th. Comes out in the 7th here with 1 out. Let's see who our new pitcher is going to be. So is that Gunnar Johnson that's going to be coming in to pitch, the third baseman? Again, Coach Hardy listed him as the closer. So yeah, it'll be Gunnar Johnson. So final line on Bowman is going to be 6 1/3. It'll be 2 earned runs. How many hits did he give up there, Hunter?
6.
6 hits.
7 hits.
7 hits.
6 or 7.
How many did he walk?
I don't have that tally.
Had a hit batter. 0 walks. That's what we love about Bowman. And he struck out 1, 2. 2 batters on the evening. So good evening for Bowman, pitching to contact. 6 1/3, 2 runs earned on 7 hits, 0 walks, 2 Ks. He is responsible for the runners at first and third. So that line could change here. Again, Gunnar Johnson to come in and try to close this out. Well, Gunnar Johnson quietly having a productive offensive evening. He is 0 for 2, but he had a sac fly and an RBI ground out. So Gunnar Johnson's going to be throwing his name in here for potential player of the game as well. It's hard to choose player of the game sometimes when it's such a good team win, right? So we'll have to try to figure that out here. Again, St. Stephen's trying to make a bid here. Be the comeback kids. Got number 1 hitter William Luma up at the plate. So his game is not over yet. If St. Stephen's were to tie or go ahead, Alexander Central is the home team. Gunnar Johnson trying to end it right now. So 1-0 count. Gunnar Johnson delivers a fastball, swinging a foul tip into the mitt, strike 1. So again, I got my radar gun, but I don't know if we can pick up a reading from all the way up here. We'll see if we can. Yeah, we know Bowman works all the way up to 86, but sits low 8s. So again, first and third here. We'll see if Coach Bowman has something on the tying run at first. You got to try to protect a little bit too. Ooh, quick pick here, but safe at first. It was close, but I think he did have a hand in there. We'll see if something's on here, if he's trying to get a little bit extra on the lead, maybe try to get a first and third play here. But again, that run at first is valuable. You don't want to be too careless with it. Another pickoff here. Ooh, I want to sails a little bit. Reese had to reach out and grab it. Reach across the body of the runner. So another quick lead there by Zablon. Hot fly. Matheson out. Left fielder Smith in. Runner tags. Tagging up on the backside. Nice job by Zablon to tag up on the backside and put the tying run at second base. So it's just a pop out. No tag from the runner at third. So again, tying run out there at second base. Now been Graydon Caldwell to the plate. Man, so Carter Bowman, Gunnar Johnson, Jude Carter. We have some tough decisions to make here if Johnson's able to finish this out. That's a pass ball. It's going to score one. So, again, I'm going to mark that as a pass ball because it hit the glove. So that run will not be charged to Bowman on his end. Zablon. I mean, it'll be charged to him, but just as a run, not an earned run. So 3 runs given up by Bowman, 2 earned. Zablon moves up to third on the backside. Now that tying run is only 90 feet away. Drops that curveball over for strike 2. So now Caldwell down to his final strike. So Gunnar Johnson coming on trying to earn the save. Ball high, went to the heat. So again, a pass ball. An error, a base hit. Goes the curveball, gets him looking. Strike 3, and Alexander Central wins the Northwestern Conference Championship tournament. So Caldwell, strike 3 looking, brought to you by Burlette Painting the corners of Burlette. If you stay tuned, we'll give you some totals, and Hunter and I will have a discussion here and try to figure out who the player of the game is. So we'll start with St. Stephen's first. William Loma, 1 for 3 with the triple and the RBI and a run. Braden Caldwell was 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Braden Coffin was 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Again, we went back and changed that to a hit. Eddie Rangel was 0 for 3. Isaiah Almanza was 0 for 3. Cade Coffin, 0 for 3. Duncan Carmichael, 2 for 3. Scored a run. Eli Greer, 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Maddox Zablon was 2 for 3 with a triple and a run. And for the pitchers, Dylan Church works 4 innings, gives up 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, while striking out 2. All those runs were earned. Duncan Carmichael worked the final 2 innings. He only allowed a walk and a hit batter. Struck out 0 and walked just the 1. So 0 hits, 0 runs for Carmichael. Good outing in relief. Let's go ahead and tally up those Cougars and try to figure out who our player of the game is going to be. So Cade Church at the top of the lineup. He was 1 for 3 with a run. Sawyer Chapman Mays was 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, a walk, a stolen base, and a run. Koa Michael. Koa was 1 for 2 with a triple, a walk, and 2 runs. All right. I want to hear from the fans, too, who they think should be the player of the game. We're looking at it, and I'll tell you what, Koa Michael's jumping out because of the timing of that hit. So we're going to come back and talk about him. 0 for 2 with 2 RBIs is Gunnar Johnson. Jude Carter was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Graham Hoke was 1 for 3 with a single. Maddox Reese was 0 for 3. Wyatt Smith was 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by a pitch. And Ty Matheson was 0 for 3. Make sure I got all that right. Oh, sorry. Jude Carter was 2 for 2. Was 2 for 2 with a walk, a double, and 2 RBIs. And on the bump,
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to ask the fans. Who do you think should be the player of the game? We might just have a team that for the final. I don't know. We might just go down there and pull the whole team together and take a picture. So, but if you think you got a choice for your favorite player of the game, let us know while we tally up. Carter Bowman goes 6 1/3, gives up 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 Ks, a walk, and 2 earned runs. Gunnar Johnson closes it out, earns the save, picking up a strikeout, no hits, no walks, no earned runs for him. Well, let's see here. My top candidates right now are, Carter Bowman did well, but he already won a bat, ran into trouble, and was bailed out. Cole Michael, again, he scored 2 runs,
I just heard his
getting
name
on
a lot called
base.
tonight.
He that big triple was one off the wall. His big hustle came all the way around. Gunnar Johnson knocks him in with the RBI. Johnson's 0 for 2 with the sac fly RBI, 2 ribs overall. And then he comes in and closes it out. I don't know.
It's like you're scoring 2 runs, you're on base twice, or you're driving in 2 runs. So both attribute half of those runs. It's tough.
Here. Let's go. Just trying to think of the difference maker. Jude Carter gets 2 early. I think Michael and Johnson are my 2 favorite right now. Michael or Johnson? Johnson comes in and bails out. He comes in and saves the game. He bails him out.
Yeah, he does.
I think I'm going to go with Gunnar Johnson, man. I hate to say it. I'm
I
really
don't
going to tell those kids, I don't think there's like a player of the game. This is a team win, but just Johnson coming in, saving Bowman on the save, getting the 2 RBIs, manufacturing runs. Like his RBI, that ground out, is essentially the one that put him ahead. So, yeah, we're going to go with Gunnar Johnson.
Read
So,
that stat line for me.
So Gunnar Johnson was 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI, but 2 RBIs altogether. So sac fly, 2 RBIs. And then he was 2/3 of an inning, 0 hits, 0 runs, gets the save, and has 1 strikeout, ends the game on a strikeout.
So, 2/3.
Yeah, 0.2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 K, gets the save. And what did we choose for next level play of the game today?
Hold on. So,
Give us a second, folks.
2/3.
Yep, 2/3 of an inning, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 K, earned the save. But yeah, overall, just a team win. I hate doing individual stuff. What was what we hear at West Wilkes last night? Toma, team only, me, or
Yeah.
team, or no, what was it? Team above. I don't even remember what he said. Team over me, always. Yeah, Toma, team over me, always. So. But anyway, we're going to give you your Next Level Baseball Play of the Game. Next Level Baseball is proud to bring you the Next Level Play of the Game, the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina endorsed by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Coach Rick DeArmas out of Montreat does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for youth players of all ages. So now, here is your Next Level Play of the Game, and I'm curious as to what we got.
I think it's Mr. Cole Michael.
Cole Michael blasts that triple off the left center field wall. It was so funny because it just ricocheted and it just started rolling back towards the infield, and he just never stopped, motored all the way around to get to third base. He ended up coming in on Gunnar Johnson's RBI sac fly. But again, you see him come around the bag here. He does not let up. He sees that ball bounce off the left center field wall that plays in front of him. He just keeps motoring. Had it the entire time. Probably didn't need to slide. So, again, here's another angle.
Look at him round first and second right here.
And again, he's a good ball player. You can't just go to Catawba. You got to be a stud. Catawba's first place. Coach Gant's a legend. He's getting a good one in Cole Michael. Again, kind of cursed in the – well, not cursed. He's right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. It's always like, oh, I couldn't get the left-handed swing. Well, you don't need a left-handed swing with that kind of stroke. So, again, player of the game, Gunnar Johnson. And it's mostly just because we had to choose somebody. It was a team win by the Cougars. First place in the conference, first place in the tournament. They're going to probably have a first round bye. They're going to probably be a top 3 seed. That's my guess. Maybe number 1. But I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Hunter and make my way down to the field. I guess we're going to use camera 4 for the interviews.
I guess so. We want to thank the following businesses who are home team sponsors. Here, take this, just in case. I want to thank the following businesses who are home team sponsors this evening, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Alexander Central Cougar prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the college coaches postgame. Appreciate Sean Yamber, Weicker Realtors. I want to thank the following businesses who are away team sponsors this evening, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the St. Stephen's Indian prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate the St. Stephen's Athletic Booster Club for being our away team sponsor this evening. Stay tuned for some post-game interviews as Ryan makes his way down the field. We're way up here. But first, I want to thank all of our sponsors this evening. Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Comfort Keepers, American Legion Post 70, Nova X Kinectics, Hale Tax Solutions, Good Iced Tea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, Stepp Electrical, On Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Burlap Painting, Camwood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon over at patreon.com/bbuniversity WNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC and like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC, and check out our website at baseballu.org. Looks like we're getting an all-tournament team announcement going right here. So we're going to stick around for a little bit until we can get these post-game interviews for you guys. So please stay tuned, everybody.
Also from South Southwest, Nate Hall.
Yeah, I figured that.
From Jake Blanton. Also from the from St. Stephen's, William Luma. Also from St. Stephen's, Brandon Kaufman. And also from St. Stephen's, Colt Briggs. From Alexander Central, Sawyer Chapman May. Also from Alexander Central, Maddox Reese. Also from Alexander Central, Wyatt Smith. Also from Alexander Central and the tournament MVP, Carter Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, your all-tournament team. And now the Plug Athletic Director, Dustin Curley, will present the 2026 Northwestern 6A, 7A Conference Tournament Baseball Championship Plot 2, Coach Pete Party and the Alexander Central Cougars. We want to thank everyone for attending tonight's game, and please drive home safely, and good luck to all of our conference teams to make the state playoffs that will be announced Monday on the North Carolina High School Athletic Association website.
You can see the Alexander Central Cougars getting around home plate to take a picture. Congratulations to them on winning the Northwestern 6A 7A Conference Tournament Championship by a score of 4-3 over the St. Stephen's Indians. The Cougars improved to 22-3 on the year, 9-1. They're finishing the regular season in conference. St. Stephen falls to 8-6. They finished 7-3 in conference. Both teams will be receiving a bye in the 6A level of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association baseball playoffs. So congratulations to all the teams in this tournament. We wish them the best of luck. Now we want to thank Kenwood Bats, who's located in Haywood County, but serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at kenwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership, make sure to use the coupon code, which is just about to get on your screen, for a 10% off discount through all purchases. And like we mentioned earlier, Gunnar Johnson, our Kenwood Bats player of the game, we're going to get Ryan down there with Gunnar and a couple other guys that have some post-game interviews. Hopefully our mics work that far, and then we will send you off. So stay tuned, folks.
It's family affair, though. Get in here. I don't mind. Get in here. So, you can first, though. All right. Good to go?
I better hear some dumb stuff.
Good? All right. Well, familiar territory. Last time we saw you at a championship game, you were dealing again today. Boy, had to bail you out again. But starting to think you live. When you knew you were getting the ball in a big game, what goes through your head?
I mean, I was stoked. I knew that it was going to be a tight game, and it was. It was a great competition, but I was thrilled to have the ball for this game.
Being around each other, what has Pete already done in this dugout, family environment? Because I can just talk a lot.
All the way to the end of the year, that'll get you tight. You'll be close for 4 years.
So senior season, man. What do you feel he's leaving you? Like, what's one thing that you took away from Coach Hardy your 4 years with him that you feel you're going to be taking to your college playing days, but also just your adult life?
The biggest thing I could take away from all 4 years is work ethic. Aside from all the baseball, work ethic will make you a man. It'll get you anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I just love watching you pitch. You're so under control. I think you're going to do great at Belmont Abbey. This guy provided a little offense for you today, and he's going to a pretty solid place too. Going to play for Coach Gant. He's one of the best, man. So why don't you hand the mic over to him for a minute, Koa? I was saying your name wrong on the broadcaster. First, Mikhail, and then finally someone just said it's Michael.
Yep.
I'm like, well, that's a lot like me. My last name's Cook, but it ain't spelled that way. I get all the pronunciations you can think of. My last name is spelled K-O-C-H. So have fun with that one. Koa, big strong hitter, but you're also a left-handed pitcher. So we're seeing you swing righty. I've never seen you pitch, but you gonna be pitching at the next level too?
Probably not. Probably just gonna play the outfield at the next level.
Say the swing like that. I mean, off the 385 sign, that's a home run in every other park in Western North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
But you were quick out the box. When did you know it was a triple?
When I looked down at first base and had to turn on the wheels a little bit.
I've never seen a ball ricochet that far off of a wall back in towards the infield. So you slid, probably because you're trying to get a little dirt on the turf, but you walked in there. So same thing, senior, right? So speak on Coach Hardy a little bit. What has he taught you in your 4 years here? How do you think he's prepared you for this next level?
He's just taught me that you just got to put your head down and just go to work and not really live on the results and just play for the team.
Yeah. Well, playoffs are coming up. The guys are probably going to be a top seed, first round bye. Can't get too comfortable. So what are some personal goals here? Like, what are you guys trying to really accomplish besides a state championship, right? What are some things that you're trying to leave on the field here? Because it's going to be second, third, fourth, fifth round. Like, what do you think is important for you to take out of this experience?
I just want to walk out there and leave everything on the field and not regret not leaving it there and having all these guys just cherish every moment we have for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and it's like I seen that sign out there today when I pulled up. It's like, today I gave my all for the App State program, right? I feel like it's got to be the same feeling when you're out here because there's nobody really taking breaks in there, you know? So last question for you before we hand it off to the young man. He's taking over next year, right? He's the junior going on senior. You guys are graduating. So what's your message to these young men when you hand it off the baton next year?
Just work. Just put your head down and work. Got to leave it out there. Don't regret. Don't play for next year. Play in the moment.
I dig it, man. Well, let's hand it to the young man here. So it was a tough one because it really was like a team win. But when we really break it down, sack fly, right? Scores the third run. Put your head a little bit insurance run. Then it's quiet, but the ground ball, get the job done. Yeah. Ground ball, RBI. Next thing you know, it's 4-3. Did you know you were going to pitch today? Because 60 pitches going into the last inning. This guy's cruising. Did you even think that was a possibility? And
well, as of lately, I've had some arm trouble, so I've been dealing with that. So going into the game, I was a little iffy on even going into the bullpen, but I was throwing from third, and I threw it pretty hard from third, and I was like, yeah, my arm feels pretty good tonight. So I told Coach Hardy, I was like, let me go warm up with the bullpen. If it gets dirt, like where Carter can't get out of it, let me have it.
You make a routine ground ball exciting. Like, you freaking fire that ball over there. So I was wondering if you were a pitcher, and I guess you answered that question.
Yes, sir.
So you get the ball, final AB, got a little pass ball here, run comes in.
Yep.
2 strikes on the young man. What's going through your mind before that final pitch?
Just throw my pitch in that count, just locating, not trying to do too much, because I had pitches to work with, and I have a very good defense behind me. So if he hits it, I can rely on them. But striking him out was awesome.
Dig it, guys. Well, look, I'm gonna let you go back and celebrate. Getting better at these interviews. First time we've pulled players aside this year, but appreciate the heck out of y'all. It was great to see Ty committing to Pfeiffer too. Man, I was so stoked to hear that because I love that kid. That was really fun meeting him after that game too. Well, let me shake your hands, and I'm going to give it back to Hunter up there. And camera, we're going to take a picture of you, and then we'll send y'all on your way. So appreciate you guys.
Baseball University of Blue Ridge. Excuse me, echoing. Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, thanks you for tuning into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series from Boone, North Carolina, and Beaver Field at Jim and Betty Smith Stadium on the campus of Appalachian State University. This has been coverage of the Western North Carolina high school baseball season, where the second-seeded St. Stephen's Indians fall to the top-seeded Alexander Central Cougars by a score of 4-3. And the Cougars take the Northwestern 6A, 7A Conference Tournament Championship. We appreciate all you this season tuning in.